And we welcome everyone, and so I'm joined by Huxley Wallace, the man with the best name in bowls, and the representative of Greenline, the major sponsor for the Invitational Singles, and Bowls ACT, what do we call you, Executive Operations Manager? Does that sound good? Nick?
Call me whatever you like, as long as
I think that was an upgrade, wasn't it?
Yeah. His commentary skills are sensational.
So long as it's not late for dinner, I'm okay. You can call me whatever you like. So look, you're exactly right, and thank you, Tony, for that great introduction. We have seen a change to the schedule. So the James Reynolds Doug Farr game that was scheduled to be broadcast, that section's been wrapped up. James Reynolds has won his 2 games, and the margin is so great that all the players in that section agreed to give themselves an early mark by mutual agreement. So we're just watching the second of the trial ends. Paul McAllister, who's the Bowls ACT Deputy President, is our marker. And we're going to see a really, really good game here because we've got last year's champion, Gary Charker, against Jamie Smith. Both are 2-game winners. This section is going to come down to the winner of this match.
Wow, okay, so last year's winner, Gary Charker. And what did you call him before? Chucky?
Chucky Charker, but yes,
Chucky Charker. Are we allowed to refer to him as that on commentary?
No, you can, again, whatever you like, as long as it's not late for dinner with Chucky. He's pretty good.
So Chucky Charker is up against Jamie Smith, and as Nick said, the winner of this game will determine the winner of the section. So for all you people that are watching the stream through YouTube and Facebook, we've just had a late change in the game, where Gary Charker will now play Jamie Smith, because as Nick did explain, one of the other sections, the game 3 wouldn't have changed the outcome of the section winner. So those guys have an early mark, and it's only just been decided. So away we go with Chucky Charker and Jamie Smith, and we welcome Huxley. Anyone come across a cooler name in bowls than Huxley? Huxley Wallace. He should be in Hollywood.
Thanks, Tony. So, Charker, I believe, is the one with the brimmed hat.
That's correct. So this is Gary on the mat now. So
what colour bowls has he got?
So he's got the green and dark grey edge factors. So he's the absolute poster boy for edge factors, and Jamie Smith is using the yellow Henselite XGs.
Okay.
So both these players will be very familiar to audiences who've been around the ACT for some time. Chucky Charker, last year's ACT Invitational Singles winner, runner-up in the 2002 version, and a long time and a long-term elite player and elite singles player. Jamie Smith, very well known in the region, is now a back-to-back ACT champion with Ruth Moore, who will be joining us in commentary tomorrow.
Yep.
Jamie and Ruth have won the ACT mixed pairs 2 years running, so he'll be looking to continue his strong form because he's had 2 very good wins so far today.
Okay, and yes, had the pleasure of commentating with Ruth over in the Champion of Champions, a lovely lady. And does that lady have some stats, not only in lawn bowls, but plenty of other sports representing the ACT and representing Australia. So it'd be good to have Ruth on tomorrow. Obviously, she'll have big shoes to fill, but yeah, it'd be great to have Ruth on board once again.
So just speaking to those results, so this is section 1. Now, Jamie Smith in the first round defeated Mark Bacchetto 25-15, and then in the second game got over the top of Daniel Hartwell 25-7. Gary Charker defeated Mark Bacchetto in round 2 25-16, but was really pushed all the way by Dan Hartwell in the first game, 25 shots to 18. So both players coming in with 2 wins. James Smith currently plus 28 on top of the section, but the winner of this game will be the winner of the section, as we see Charker on the attack early.
So old Chucky Charker's not mucking around, he's going for it.
And he's just missed.
He's just missed. So is it 1 or 2 to Jamie?
I think it's only the one.
Only the one?
Just from this angle.
Now, having streamed Charker on a number of occasions now, that's likely to be his go. You'll see...
He's an attacking bowler?
Yeah, you'll see lots of attack from him. That's about as quick as he goes, though, and we're seeing on this surface, as we've mentioned all throughout the day, that flat out's a lot easier than his more common, do a couple of yards over.
Absolutely, mate. No argument with there. 2 speeds on the synthetic.
So now that there's a yellow bowl at the back of the rink for Jamie Smith, he'll probably back that off.
He's going again.
But no, this is part of the Charker delivery. He's taken a little bit of weight off this time. Looking to swing through it and swallow the jack.
And punches the... Oh, wow, what a result.
So it's gone off our camera, but he's punched that back bowl of Jamie Smith off the green, fallen in on top of the jack, basically under the number. And the camera's not going to be able to get down to that. So if we go to the other shot there... But, I mean, Jamie Smith now, he's got 3-4 metres to draw for second shot, which he's done here. And that'll be one shot to Charker to start the game with an absolute cracker.
Yeah, what a bowl. That's why he's the defending champion, mate. Gary Charker, Chucky Charker, as they call him. Gets us off with a single on the first end.
Yeah, so we've been blessed with some great contests here today. Thank you for joining us, wherever you're watching around Australia and around the world, on the Bowls ACT Facebook page, YouTube Live Sports, Community Sports Broadcasting channels. Do drop us a comment. Do let us know where you're tuning in from, who you're going for. We will be bringing you Jamie Smith, not Jamie Smith, we'll be bringing you Jamie Reynolds in the semi-final tomorrow. His game will be live streamed. His opponent is to be determined. So stay tuned to the Bowls ACT social media tonight, and we'll have tomorrow morning's matchups for you.
And just to take our hats off to James too. I mean, as anyone knows, in the bowls, in the sport of lawn bowls, James is, a household name, a world champion, plays at the highest level for Cabramatta in Sydney and in the Premier League, and was actually, drawn to be on Rink 2 in the live stream game in round 3 of the sectional play, but come to us and said, well, let's give someone else an opportunity whose game could, amount to
a bit more meaningful.
A winner, a bit more meaningful, and credit to him. So well done, Jimmy. It was good to catch up with you, mate, and have a bit of a yak. But yeah, well done to him, and as Nick said, he will feature in one of our live semi-final tomorrow morning.
And in the form he's in, he'll feature in the final too.
Oh, yeah.
He was in ominous form today, two crushing wins.
Good roll by Chucky there. He just touched it. Just touched the jack.
Chucky Charker, I like it. So, Jamie.
The line's good, but I think Chucky's got it.
He certainly has. I think he's just holding the one with those edge factors.
Chucky actually copying a similar line there.
Well, yes.
And the weight's better.
Yeah, so for you, Huxley Wallace, your edge factors are one of the tightest turning lawn bowls that are available on the market. They don't turn quite as far as some of the others that we've been seeing today.
Not the same line every time, mate.
So I'm not speaking for any individual manufacturer. Watch Jamie coming down with a very good bowl here.
Oh, wow.
Great shot. That's a very, very good shot.
Wow. And Charker's going to go and have a look at this head here too. And I'm a little surprised he hasn't just gone and pulled the trigger and gone and belted this, because we saw some positivity on the last end. He sunk the jack. He has the backest bowl there, as we can see. The beautiful pictures. And thank you, Tony, for bringing us these beautiful pictures.
I like the pen work.
But we see at the bottom of the screen there is the grey and green edge factor of Gary Charker. And I suspect he'll be attacking to either get rid of the yellow shot bowl of Jamie Smith or drag that jack back.
Well, he made his intentions clear on the first end, didn't he? I don't think he's going to die wondering. I reckon he'll attack that, like you said, Nick. It just depends. Does he play his forehand or does he play his backhand? He's probably a better option playing his forehand, so he can get off the inside of his bowl and get that bowl out clean. And I think that's what he's going to choose to do. And down he comes. He is playing the forehand. He is playing with some considerable weight.
It's just a swinger, though. He hasn't gone big.
More of a sexy bender, and it looks like he's got him.
The line's good.
And he has. Great shot.
That might tie him up with 3.
I think that will time up with 3, so that's a very, very good bowl.
Paul McAllister gets in there with the spray chalk, and Jamie Smith now has got to assess the situation. He's not afraid of hitting things when there's big targets either, but I think in this situation it's going to be very hard to get all of those bowls of Charker out. It's fairly well defended. They're defending one another. That front bowl of Charkers is likely to block any chance of all 3 of them going. And after you played a beautiful draw shot.
So he's going to opt for the forehand draw for the left-hander. So you can see that's what he's confronted with. Here's the bowl in motion coming down.
Well, it's in a good home. It's a good area here.
Tell you what, he's given every chance. This is a cracking shot.
Wow.
Oh, dear.
Just pulled up too short.
So,
Well, we don't know. I'm going to find out. They're just in front of the camera. So the marker's indicated.
And we have 2.
Is it 2?
2 shots it is, yes. So Charker
Jumps up to a 3-0 lead.
Yes. Well, 2 mighty efforts from Jamie Smith there, but an even better one from Gary Charker to rip that shot bowl out, move the jack, tuck it around the corner just a little bit, and now we see he's taken a 3 shots to nil lead here at the 2024 Greenline Invitational Singles. Nick Hine, Tony Scott and Huxley Wallace here with us. Huxley is, of course, from Greenline. And look, for I suppose for the last time today, but once again, Huxley, for those that weren't with us earlier, tell us a little bit about Greenline, about the products and the services that you can offer to the bowls clubs in the community.
Yeah, no problem. So Greenline is a custom design and construct builder that specialises in roof structures for outdoor sports and play areas. So do a lot in the lawn, in the bowl space, as well as other sports such as netball, basketball, etc. So yeah, if you're interested in exploring what your options are for a roof, jump on greenline.com.au. There's a pricing calculator. There's a contact details. You can get in touch, and we'd be more than happy to explore your project.
I'll just apologise to our viewers out there. We've just got cameras are frozen.
Oh, there we go.
Now we're back.
Back now. So
We're back.
no, thank you, Huxley. And yeah, speaking on that, as we see, Jamie Smith's got shot holding 1. Tell us about some of the projects that you've been working on lately in Victoria and across New South Wales.
Yeah, so we're looking at a couple in Victoria, which I'll be able to share more news on in the next couple of weeks. But a few new ones coming up. We've done some work at Narre Warren and Pakenham Bowls, and currently underway at Halakalani Bowls in the Central Coast in New South Wales. That's going to be a brand new synthetic green and a roof in the one project. So we've got the project management capability to handle that. So yeah, it's the way that it's going to create an all year season for bowls, and it creates more opportunity for more social involvement, more timing options for bowls as well, with lighting for night bowls, etc. So
that's brilliant, and I think it's where the sport's going. We've seen clubs around the country that have adopted all weather facilities, and they're going to be 24/7, 365 playing around the clock. As we see,
right.
Gary Charker comes and just gets a touch on that jack there, and he stayed with it. So 1 shot, Gary Charker. Jamie's just turned his yellow bowl across. It's probably improved it, but 1 shot still to Gary Charker.
I thought that was an interesting line, trying to move his other bowl a bit closer.
Well, we speak about in bowls often, Huxley, that there's no necessarily right or wrong shot to play, but an understanding of the percentages and what's going to give you the best chance of achieving the outcome that you're looking for. So, I mean, in this instance, Charker's got an open draw, and he's going to look to get another one close here.
Ooh. It's just gone past Smith's there.
And we do apologise. We're just trying to get all this fixed up. Sort of just frozen on us.
James Smith's just scoping the situation. He still has an opportunity to close it out. That's not too blocked in.
Well, he's got an open draw, Jamie Smith, so the forehand, his forehand, the left-handed forehand coming down the right-hand side of your screen. He can turn through his front yellow bowl, but you can play the backhand as well if he gets to Charkers. Charkers only got one shot here, and James
he's
actually
got
going
an
to try to get
attacking
it out.
Wow.
And he's knocked the jack.
Well,
He
Jack's
has.
gone out of bounds, so that's a dead end. And is that the first dead end we've seen today, boys? I think it might be.
On the streams, yeah.
On the live stream, I think it is.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's the first one we've had, first killed end.
I did see one on the last stream that in the background Mac had a dead end, but yeah, not on the live stream.
There's been some plenty of big bowls being played. So the players have chosen they're going to come back down this end and start again. So a dead end is replayed here. 3-0. Gary Charker leads Jamie Smith, with the winner of this game going through to tomorrow's semi-finals of the 2024 Greenline Invitational Singles here at Queanbeyan Bowls Club. Thanks to our streaming partners, Agent Team Canberra. As we say, Charker lead off. Just pull up a little bit short. This is something that we've seen consistently all day, Huxley, haven't we? That playing into the wind, the players are taking a minute to adjust to this direction.
Yeah, we tend to see the ends be a bit looser in that northern end because of that northwesterly that's blowing across. And it's been pretty steady all day. It hasn't really let up at all.
Yeah, probably just picked up a little bit again at the conclusion of the beautiful lunch we've had here at Queanbeyan Bowls Club.
I think it picked up that play was about to resume. So
just in time for them all to get back out there. I'd be loving that.
No, it's definitely died off a bit from this morning. Like the flag's no longer perfectly horizontal, but we get a touch there from Charker.
Good shot.
Well, if you're keeping tally at home, you might want to get a very big pad, because Gary Charker has just nailed the jack once again. I think he and Jamie Smith, they're both two of the ACT's elite players, both representing Canberra Bowling Club here this weekend. Canberra Bowling Club was, of course, well, for those that don't know, were the Grade 1 champions in Pennant this year, as called by the great happy bowler Boyd Dumbrell, and that broke a 98-year drought. The club had never won.
I was lucky enough to call that with him. I wasn't in Canberra, I was at home calling it, and the only time they hit the front was the last bowl on a measure. Yeah. Amazing. The only time they were in front in that whole game, but it was unreal, and well done to them. And yeah,
I think it would have been a pretty good party
to watch,
on.
I tell you, it was good to watch.
I like that line here from Smith.
Oh, why wouldn't you, Huxley? That's a beautiful bowl there.
It is, and he's just going to fall out. So it's going to get an indication who's got the shot. So we do have a 3-0 lead
looking
to
at it.
Gary Charker. Yeah, it was one hell of a game, that was, and as I said, the only time to hit the front. And did the umpire have to come out and measure it too, Nick? Isn't it right?
It was very, very tight. So yes, we had the pleasure of streaming Matt Sargent, who's well known, and Mac McLean, who we may well see tomorrow. He's leading his section. I know what you're going to talk about. But your cameras were able to move to the exciting conclusion, and Ian Wybrow had he had a 6 foot to draw it,
long way.
Didn't. But pressure does this to the best of us. So it was a thrilling contest, and again, thank you to yourself and to Boyd, the happy bowler.
Boydie, the happy bowler, he was actually down here, so he was in the thick of it. And as I said, I was just at home watching it. The worst thing is it become pixelated near the end there, so I couldn't commentate all the exciting things. But Boydie did a good job, as he always does. And it was really good. And I do remember the celebration at the end of it, where one guy knocked over another. Oh, see Daisy.
Well,
and
wow.
So the jack's gone spitting out to the right-hand side of the screen, and it's going to be 2 shots to Jamie Smith. They're a bit fortunate, but Jamie did put his hand up straight away and said, "Sorry, mate, that's not how I intended to get there." No. And it's what you see so often with these really good players is that they don't want to get shots like that. They want to get them.
They want to get them legitimately.
Legitimately.
Why. Yep. Okay, so let's give us the 3-2. Cameras are back in action. They're not frozen anymore. Everything's going along according to plan. I think even the wind might have died down a bit.
And your man Lee Penman has joined us on Facebook. So
I told him the story, mate, how I was telling Huxley the story how you walked into Woolies, and when I was the deli manager and the fresh food manager, and I seen you wearing your ACT shirt and said, "Why don't you go and join Soldiers Point Bowling Club?" And proceeded to kick my butt a few times since then, but hello, mate. And I did say hello to the president for you this morning.
Yeah, so great to have your company wherever you're watching around Australia and around the world. We'll keep you updated with the other games on this green. Flynn O'Shaughnessy, his section is still live, but he's out to a good start against junior champion Toby Penyu, leading 6-0. And on the game next door, Sharon Steele is leading Harvey McAllister 2 shots to nothing, but early doors there as well. Now you can see all the results from the second round games on the Bowls Now app or results.bowlslink.com.au. Head there for all the results. Some of the highlights, I suppose, from the round 2 matches that we weren't able to bring you was the wins of both these players, Jamie Smith and Gary Charker. We brought you Chloe Morrison and Talara Edwards game. Harvey did bounce back from his first round defeat to knock off Toby Penyu.
So how did Flynn go at his second game, mate?
And Flynn, so Flynn was good enough, 25 shots to 14. He defeated Sharon Steele. So Huxley's been very observant. One of our friends has spotted that there's a weight come off the camera there, perhaps.
Yep, I can see that. So now I know why it's bouncing around. Actually, that's the one that's doesn't have the hook on it. Oh, it does have the hook on it.
That's why. Anyhow, Huxley's doing a good job for us, and we see Charker doing a good job as well. He's gone and nailed it once again. So we do see it's a little bit of a target for Jamie Smith, but he's not got one close yet. So back on the draw, and he's going to back himself to try to reach up into this head.
Playing the inside of the green as well. The ditch side of the green as well, and he's going to focus. He's going to run across. Weight's good. Have the opportunity to sit on either one of those bowls. Thanks, Huxley, for reconnecting the weight. So I did make the early call that the wind had died down, but obviously not.
No, it just undone that little screw because it's been playing the pendulum for so many hours now.
They're like grandfather clocks. So, Gary Charker holding 2 down on his forehand, looking to add to it. A little bit of room here. Holds a 3-2 lead in the match so far. As we know, the winner of this section will progress to the semi-finals tomorrow.
What a great shot.
And that is a very good bowl by Gary. Now, Jamie's last bowl, his weight was really good. He was just narrow, and he wouldn't be happy with the 3 bowls he's played here at the moment. So on his backhand, being the left-hander, takes a little bit more grass. He plays that same weight. He's going to could even get the shot and reduce the count.
Well, that's plan A, isn't it, at this point?
Absolutely. And he's coming down now. He's going to get inside that wide one. How's his weight? Doesn't play it too bad. Probably just a tad wide. Is he third shot? What do you think, Nick? Is he third shot?
Well, Paul McAllister's going to have a good look for us, our marker. And
he's a measure.
Measure for third is his determination. And I think if you're Charker, you probably stay away from that, don't you, and play the other side of the rink.
Oh, yeah, I think so. But I mean, then again, it's a little bit of draw. It's not really in your line. I mean, if you're just going to get underneath that with dead eye weight, you're going to count. But he is playing the other side, like you said.
Well, there's just zero risk out there.
Yeah, agreed.
And perhaps even a touch on Jack can bring
Turn it
all
into
four in.
Turn it into 4.
So
He might draw another one. He's going to be very close. Not 100% sure, but all the bowls are down. So I think Jamie wouldn't be happy with those 4 bowls that he's played on that end. He's going to possibly drop a 2 and a measure, maybe even a 3 and a measure.
yeah, I favour it's 3 and a measure at this point, Tony. And the body language of Jamie Smith and the fact that he's kicked out that bowl will tell me that is 3 shots.
Yeah, for sure. So they're measuring for the 4th. So this could be a lead of 7-2 to Chucky Charker. I like that, Chucky Charker. Gary Charker. So measuring for the 4th shot. Could jump out to a 7-2 lead. It's definitely 6-2. Here in the round 3 of sectional play of the Greenline Invitational Singles at Queanbeyan Bowls Club in New South Wales ACT. Either.
There are Bowls ACT members.
Bowls
we
ACT.
are in New South Wales.
But he's under the Bowls ACT banner, is that
You're
correct?
exactly right. And 3 shots indicated by Mark McAllister there. So 6-2.
6-2. Okay, so 6-2 lead, so it was a 3. So Gary Charker jumps out to a 6-2 lead.
Now, we saw last year, Gary Charker was very heavily featured on the Invitational streaming singles live stream, and he did sort of bounce around his mat lengths. There was very, very little of what some people might call a social length, like a 3/4 or a 2/3 or whatever. He was either right up or right back. It's interesting today, I've been watching him a little bit, and he hasn't really been going for the extremes, and I expect it's because of the wind, is that the players aren't finding that they're able to find their range on those extreme lengths as consistently as they would be happy with. So they've opted for something a little bit more safe, but probably something that means both players are going to be able to get to the jack a little bit better, as you see.
Not a bad start.
Reasonable start.
Once again, viewers, we know the conditions out here are very trying. It hasn't been easy for these guys. And we do apologise with the wind. I mean, it's even got to the extent that the representative from our major sponsor, Huxley Wallace, here had to run out and fix the weights on the computer because they are like pendulums where the wind is blowing them around. So we're running out and adjusting them and fixing up angles and everything. So we do apologise, but we do believe the stream's a pretty good quality one.
Well, it's good now that this speaks to the all-in camaraderie and mateship of the sport. Doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, you can come and join us, and we might even put you to work out there fixing cameras.
That's right. So we brought him along for something.
I've got to be useful somewhere.
No, look, we've enjoyed your company today, Huxley, and the support of Greenline for several years now has been much appreciated. And the volunteers here today, we've had an army of volunteers. There's fans. There's been salad rolls. There's been scones. There's been cups of tea. I haven't had anywhere near enough cups of tea. I've only had 3 or 4.
Yeah, I'm a bit the same as you, mate. I'll probably have to have another one.
And then there's been, and for those that are enjoying something a little bit stronger, there's been eskies full of cool drinks out by the green. Gary Charker.
He's playing very well, isn't he?
Well, this is the sort of form that we saw last year that took him to the title.
So Jamie Smith down with his 3rd bowl. Finds himself probably 2 down. This one doesn't look too bad.
It's
It's
good.
a
Played
jack.
a good shot.
Ooh.
That's a great bowl. So he's going to be 2nd shot at worst. They're having a bit of a look at it.
Well, Charker was walking away from that head there,
He was,
he's
yeah.
gone back. So as a body language expert, that tells me that he thinks, maybe I'm not holding shot any longer. Our marker, Paul McAllister, who is doing a sterling job for us there, hasn't given us any
I was going to say, he's
indication.
not giving much away, mate, is he?
He's got his poker face on. But
Well,
I think
Paul's had a couple of night days in Sydney. He's been up with me. We had some meetings interstate, so he might be getting a bit weary too by this hour of the afternoon.
Okay.
But I think you're right. I think Charker's, it might be down to a measure.
Okay, well, he's down on his back end regardless. It's up and down for shot. Just gets a turn out of his own bowl. We have to be careful he doesn't get a piece of the jack. And I'll tell you what, he's not a mile away. He's just got to roll that down. Fall, not quite. I think that was what his intention was. There's still one to come from Jamie.
They've both been playing on the ditch side of the green a bit
They have.
when
and
we're
as
heading
Nick-
up that way.
And as Nick's been saying during the broadcast all day, that all the bowlers have commented that playing the inside of the green has been extremely difficult, hard to get a handle on. So they've been predominantly playing on the ditch side of the green, which is the clubhouse side. And in all honesty, during the course of all the games that we've seen today, the quality of bowls, majority have been played on that club side of the green.
Jamie copies that.
Down he comes, touch of the jack heel.
Pretty firm.
Look, he probably wasn't.
think he might
I
have-
don't think he was worried about it. He must think he's got shot, Nick.
Well, it's a curious shot for somebody who's holding there.
There wasn't much thought that went into it either. He just jumped on the mat and let it go.
Yeah, I mean,
Unless he was hoping to turn it into.
So it's one.
clearly he had a plan. And it's going to be one to Gary Charker.
Wow. Okay, so it was an interesting plan.
Well, yeah, I can see why
You know what he was trying to do.
why you'd play it. The front bowl that is shot, you chip it out, and maybe you'd knock it onto the jack or whatever. But clearly, and we've heard from some of the players today that there's a reluctance if you've got to have a millimetre perfect draw. There's a reluctance to play those shots, and so clearly he's felt that playing with weight was a better, gave him a better percentage, a better opportunity to get the result he was after. And now we see Gary Charker out to a 7-shot-to-2 lead.
We've seen some pretty big movement though, and so I'm not gonna make the mistake I did in the first game and call it too early.
No, we won't do that. We won't do that.
I mean,
Don't
after-
worry, I've done it plenty of times.
That's a good shot from Charker there again.
Yep, a good start by Gary. What's the thought process? 7-2 now in a winner takes all. What's the thought process for Jamie?
Well, look, he's been there and done that, Jamie Smith. He's been involved in the sport in a long time. He's been playing many years. He's been a Queensland representative. He's been an ACT representative. He's won state-level events. He's won lots of club championships. He's not someone who's going to get flustered too early. And I've no doubt him and Gary Charker have had many good battles over the time at Canberra Bowling Club, so they know each other's games fairly well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens if there is a change of tactics or a response from Jamie Smith. My personal expectation is that if Jamie gets the mat back, he's going to go full length.
Right, okay, and it's probably a good thing to do when you're behind. I mean, you want to stretch out your opposition. It's either you're going to do one or two things. You're going to go ditch to ditch or you're going to go minimum. But I think in conditions like this, I'd be going exactly like you said, Nick. I'd be going ditch to ditch, especially if I'm behind and I do get the mat. I'd be going full length on a decent pace screen with the elements, causing a little bit of havoc.
This is a good line from James Smith
Not a
here.
bad bowl. Goes with him.
He's nudged it
Good
out away
shot.
from Charker.
Well played, Jamie.
Now,
So it is, I believe it is one to the orange, one to Jamie Smith.
Gary had a good look at that there. That camera is bouncing around now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Goodness me.
It's the old wind. Yeah, and the wind's come up a bit. Now he's played this with a little bit of purpose to try and sit the orange bowl through. Has he got it? I think he's got it on the nose. 1-2. Great shot.
He might have it out to 3 with that.
Great shot.
I think that'd be a measure on the third one.
Well,
It's just off shot.
There is another bowl of Gary Charker at the back of the rink there.
There is.
We'll
We can
come
see the
down
top
to
of it. Right there. So it is 2 to Gary. I don't know about the third one, but it is close. So
Oh,
Jamie's having a
Jamie
bit of a look at
attacks.
it as well.
Oh, and he's missed.
Yeah, he's got one to play. And a cool, calm and collected customer plays his bowl, misses, puts his hands back in his pocket. Not flustered. Gary Charker holding the lead, holding a couple. Played a great conversion earlier. Stays on his backhand.
He doesn't have a lot on that. I wonder what he's trying to... Just try and sit it right in near the jack there.
I think he just wants to get past those front bowls to count. And will he? Oh, not 100% sure.
It's very tight.
Well,
that's a measure, I reckon.
Yeah, you're pretty well right there, Huxley. I'm not as sure about the third shot. Definitely two. Definitely two.
What he's done, though, there is that he hasn't increased the size of the target for Jamie Smith. He's shown his colours by running at it with the third bowl there, Jamie Smith. There's no easy contact, and now even the jack in the ditch, unless he follows it in there, he's 2 down at the back of the rink now. So it's not an improvement from his current situation. So I'm going to back Jamie to go back to a more controlled weight. Maybe look to draw still through the forehand, through the jack, a little bit of jack movement.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. And, he's only got to be, if there is any doubt about the third and fourth shot, he's only just got to land in front of them to cut the deficit to 2. We're not out there, so we're not 100% sure what they're thinking, how many he's holding. We know it's 2 for sure.
I think you called it right there. Very controlled delivery.
Yep, he's gone on his backhand, being the left-hander.
Not the hand that I expected, but...
Well, we have said all day it is the kind of hand, and he's definitely going to get third shot out of this.
Well, he's definitely... He's taken any doubt out of that, hasn't
Yes, he certainly has. He's taken the measure away from it. So there was a chance that he could have been 4 down, but he's only going to be 2 down now. So it does make the score 9-2 on the Greenline scoreboard here at the Invitational Singles in Queanbeyan Bowls Club. Let's not, obviously, we've got Huxley Wallace from Greenline here and our other live streaming partner in Agent Team.
Our local agent team rep's still out on green too,
Yeah,
just rolling up. Mac.
Plying his trade. He's just gone out now, is he? Or?
Oh, he's out over the back there, playing against Talara.
Yeah, so Mac McLean and Richard Henry Lawson had an absolute ding-dong battle out there. They only came in moments before this game commenced. Their second round finished, and so they've had a slightly shorter lunch than what we'd budgeted for, but he's enjoyed himself out there today and looks very likely to progress through to semi-final action tomorrow.
Okay, so Gary gets us underway, has a 9-2 lead. And we'll see. Jamie Smith comes down on the ditch side of the green. He's probably just going to be...
He's pulled it up a bit short.
Yeah, a little bit short, a little bit narrow.
Well, I think...
Learn from that one.
I think
it's almost gone back towards him.
Yeah, well, and I think Charker's, those narrower bowls probably don't get us knocked around, particularly going into the breeze, is what we're seeing from Jamie Smith. But
for sure.
It's the consistency of Charker that's been putting the pressure on. It's not that he's had an absolute, back touches and everything like that, but he's getting 3 or 4 out of his 4, probably within 2 or 3 feet, and it's applying some pressure to Jamie, who hasn't responded at the moment, but a class player. I'd expect that he'll make a real fist of this, but...
And as you did say earlier, I mean, these conditions, viewers, are not easy. On the stream, looks like it's, you're probably thinking they're spraying around like Smarties dropped out of a helicopter, but it's not like that at all. It is extremely windy outside and playing on a very, very slick and true surface, a synthetic green. It makes the job even harder. So the comparison is like cutting stainless steel with a butter knife. That's how hard it is. And that's not bad. So it's very trying.
Well, an interesting change of hand there. He was a little distracted. There was some movement behind the head there from Jamie Smith, but he's decided that the left-handed backhand is perhaps a little bit more forgiving for how his bowls have been turning.
Well, Gary's come down on the ditch side again, so he's staying on his backhand. And this is a pretty good correction. A piece of the jack, he brings the other 2 into it. Just gonna, but definitely shot. Probably 2. So Jamie's staying on the Oh, don't know, because I'm not 100% sure of the line on this hand.
He might be aiming for Charker's.
I think
bowl
he
there.
is, but he's just going to slip past.
He's just knocked it closer.
It'll be second shot.
Well, they've got one each left. So there's still an opportunity for Charker to lock in two, or we could have Jamie slip one closer.
Well, Gary will be staying on the same hand here, so playing his backhand. Anything inside
The jack-eye bowl.
that 3 o'clock bowl of Jamie Smith there will get him shot. A little touch on the jack might bring a few more in as well, so he'll just keep plodding away there. The only risk for him at this point, I think, is now that Jamie's got second, is he doesn't want to set up a target at the front, so has to make sure he's finishing past the jack. So there's no chance of a 2-bowl target for Jamie to hit.
Well, I think he's pretty well right with this one. He's just has to get inside the orange. How's his weight?
Doesn't look like there's much weight on it.
So this is interesting now. Does Jamie stay on the same side of the green and play an attacking shot? He owns everything behind. If he chips the shot bowl off, he's going to be one. If he turns the shot bowl onto the jack, he does have the best backward.
I mean, nothing for short here, Tony Scott, because
absolutely.
I think what you've called is exactly correct. You know, that he can stay on his backhand fairly safely, and any movement of the shot bowl is a great outcome. But if you can get to the jack and move that too and go with it for 3.
Yeah, and the jack goes anywhere out near 5 o'clock in the removal of the shot bowl. Yeah, and he could possibly make 2 or 3, yeah. Depends on what weight he wants to use. Now he's going
for the attacking shot.
Oh, dear. Great effort, and it's the right shot to play. I would have played the same thing, so it's only going to be 1. So it's going to be a 10-2 lead to Gary Charker.
Can understand him playing that shot. He was limiting the damage, and there was only upside, so...
Yes.
Yeah, probably on a more sympathetic day in terms of the wind and the like, that you could say that, you know, the trail's a better shot there, but in today's conditions.
Yeah, if there was still wind on a beautiful slick surface like that, you're exactly right, Nick. He just would have played the trail shot.
Had it been at Queanbeyan RSL a couple of weeks ago for the champion singles.
Glorious, mate. Absolutely glorious. I left Nelson Bay. It was absolutely freezing cold. It was very cold when I got here, let me tell you. I turned up to a bowling club early in the morning where it was white. Everything was white, but there was not a cloud in the sky. There was no wind, and just amazing. The hospitality was great. The bowls were fantastic. The greens and surrounds. Oh, my God. Just sensational.
Yeah,
a great weekend.
Immaculate. We're blessed in the capital region to have so many great clubs and great greens.
Good place.
And great green staff. But Wade Turner, as we know, is now a 2-time New South Wales Bowling Greenkeepers Association Greenkeeper of the Year.
Yeah, how good's that?
And well deserved too. The club is an absolute picture all the time, and Wade and the team there do a tremendous job. But we're here, of course, on the beautiful synthetic greens of Queanbeyan Bowls Club, watching Jamie Smith and Gary Charker in round 3. We're sectional round 3 of the Greenline Invitational Singles for 2024.
You can just see how much the wind's blowing. Just look at these guys. Look at Jamie's trousers. It's that strong, it's almost blowing off. Now, if you look at the weight on the camera behind the bowlers there, you can see how much the wind is blowing. It is spinning that weight round and blowing it.
I'll have another one to go and pick back up off the ground shortly.
Yeah, I think you might, mate. I think you might.
So Michael Farr just asking a question on the stream. Where's Reynolds versus Farr? So that section was completed
Great shot.
after 2 rounds. There was no opportunity for anybody other than James Reynolds to progress. So he put his hand up and said, well, let's give the opportunity for a streaming game, for a game that's actually meaningful. So for Michael Farr, I'm sorry Dougie won't be on, but I'm sure Dougie's sorry he's not on either. But
and it was only a last-minute decision because we'd already set it up. We already knew which game we were going to stream. It was only right at the last minute that they collectively got together and thought, well, we'll put a game on that had a bearing on the result, and they'd already started rolling up when we hit the stream button. So we've got the names up on the scoreboard, right? Just on the stream, it'll probably say the wrong surnames, but as we said, it was right at the last minute. And credit to those that made that decision too, because they could have got their 15 minutes of fame, so to speak, but they decided to opt for a game that their winner would progress.
Charker's placed him very tightly there, hasn't he?
Well, I wonder whether or not Jamie's going to attack again. No,
Doesn't look to have.
Well, he's 3 down.
Yep, he's coming down on his forehand.
If he can get himself a good second shot here, he might give himself a chance to attack with the last bowl, because he does have 2 at the back of the rink there, Jamie Smith. Mike Watts watching from Wales.
Hello, Mike. How are you, buddy?
Not from Aberystwyth, I hope. That's the name that's tripped me up a few times when I've seen it written down when I've done the Bowls Australia calls.
What's the name of the place?
Aberystwyth, but it's not how that's how it's pronounced.
There's another
saw
one
it.
called Kaneki or something like Kaneki, and it's spelt bizarrely.
Charker's gone wide and deep there. That's
Well-
good camera. Is he?
It's stayed up, so the purpose of that is it's a cover bowl.
He's covering that one.
So if Jamie tries to put the jack in the ditch, that Gary does have something at the back of the rink.
So as you can
Protect
see,
from that attacking shot.
well, the camera doesn't actually go.
Can you go to the left there? It might be a bit.
There
it is.
right there. So he's gone right at the back in case Jamie attacks, because Jamie did have the back too.
And these are some of the things that you need to consider where, with your opposition in singles games. We saw Chloe Morrison didn't have to do this because she knew Talara in the previous game was unlikely to be as aggressive as we've seen already from Jamie Smith. So he's going to look to play the backhand and just look to move the jack.
Yeah, trail the jack for 3. And he's given every
I
chance.
think
big
the
chance.
line's good.
Oh, unlucky, but he's going to drop it. It's only a 1.
It's only a 1. Again, he's limited the damage.
He has. So it's 1 to Gary again.
But that's been the story of the game, really. Is
It
it's
has.
been damage limitation for Jamie Smith on
But it keeps
almost
happening
every end.
Yes, you're right. So
You know, the one end where he picked up 2 was when he's been able to play a real positive shot, but it's been damage limitation and just dominance early from Charker. Now, at 11-2, the game's certainly not over by any stretch, but really important for Jamie Smith, just for his own sanity, to get on the board very soon, get the mat back and do something different. We spoke about full length, we spoke about going really short, but there must be an opportunity coming soon for Jamie Smith if he can get past this relentless pressure being applied by Gary Charker.
here's what you can see. Camera's wobbling around. Very, very windy.
This camera's going good now. This was the camera we had issues with this morning, and it
It's going great.
seems to have settled down. It's a beautiful picture as
I've
we've got the
actually
sun.
seen the markers a couple of times go and grab it. Just out the corner of my corner of my eye, because they must be able to hear it. Something rattling around at the back of it there. So, but once again, that's the volunteers of Queanbeyan Bowls Club looking after every aspect of the game, whether it be the players, the spectators, the commentators, and even the camera crew.
Well,
They've been great.
They've been unreal.
No, we've seen a good number of spectators through the club and
Had a good
around
roll-up, yeah.
around the greens today, and that's a great credit to the club and the Queanbeyan community how well it's supported.
Yeah, it's been awesome. They've been really, really good.
And for the thousands and thousands that'll be watching online at home, if you can ever come and join us here in the ACT, we've got lots of great events on, and come and watch some of our region's best in action. They're all great people and very approachable, and putting on a great show for us here today.
One of the loosest ends we've had in the game so far. They're spraying them around a bit. So
It's
a
a
little
bit
bit of
loose for
concentration.
Charker. He's been particularly tight. I thought,
He has. He has. So
But it leaves it open for Smith to get in close there if he wants. And it looks like that's what he's trying to do with this one.
I think you're right, Huxley. I think he's drawn the shot. If he decides
He
to pull
might
up,
have a
wow.
bit much on it there.
Well, we're seeing,
Amazing.
all day we've seen that there's some real finish on that hand.
There is, and pretty much where you said, Nick, like where the club ends, that little tunnel at the end of it, that's pretty much where the jack is, I would imagine, in line with it. And once they get to that area, they're just really coming back towards the bowler.
Yeah, so the club's only really at the southern half where Charker's delivering the bowl. It only protects that half of the green. So we're seeing playing in this direction, you're into the wind. So it's really damaging at the end there. And Charker
To be the shot.
It's a good line.
moved into the shot. 11-2, Gary Charker over Jamie Smith.
That's what you can see the bowlers are looking at there. It's the head.
Hard time for Jamie here. Be frustrated with where his bowls have finished. They're not giving him any options, really. He's got to draw this.
Mm-hmm. Very cool, calm and collected, not showing much emotion, just trying to keep those emotions in check. 11-2 down. Only 2-1 down for sure, maybe 2.
I think he'll
Yeah, hard to say that.
Well, it is hard to say. We'll see what he gets up to here. So looks like he's playing with a little bit of aggression.
bit of pace on it.
And he's
He's
just
missed it again. Might have damaged himself there because I think he's just.
You reckon he's taking his closest one out?
Oh, no, he's done. Jamie's best was the one at
The one that's Jack Eye, close
9
enough.
o'clock there
Yeah.
for sure. So, yeah.
Anyway, so we know it's at least 1 to Gary.
Gary's saying 1, I think.
And our marker
Wait for-
indicates...
Paul to confirm. We're not getting an indication today.
Are we getting a confirmation, Paul? Yep, we are now.
We are. And it's a 1.
That's a 1. So 12-2.
Not mucking around. They've already got the jack coming back down.
I know this is going to sound funny, but I think this game is a long way from over.
It's going long. But he has got the mat. He has got the mat out a bit from the other tee. So
Well, just that was a curious shot I thought there Tony Scott, from
you're right,
Jamie.
yeah.
I didn't see a lot of benefit in it, unless he'd gone and swallowed the jack and taken it to the beach. I appreciate that in these conditions it's hard to draw within 3 feet or whatever it was, but equally that shot's also very hard to play. The swinger.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I thought it was a strange decision. Even though you're down 12-2, I still thought it was a strange decision to play that shot when there was ample room to draw.
Charker's gone long and wide on the first roll there. Leaving it open for Jamie.
Having said that, though, of course, Tony, it's been very easy for us in here. We've yet to play a bad bowl today. So
They haven't played any. I should have won every game 25-0.
you see Jamie pull up a little bit short.
So we look at Gary's first bowl.
He's down to the. If you go left
He's
with the
right,
camera,
yeah.
he'll just pick him up. I think
He's right there. He's there, right there. So he's got a chance here to make amends. He hasn't played many ones that have gone that far past.
many loose ones like that.
Many
No,
loose
and
ones,
that's
no.
think
a
this
rare
one-
miss.
And that'll be the shot. So a good correction by Gary. Now, Jamie has swapped over, coming back in this direction. He was predominantly playing the other side of the green, coming back towards the road, playing his forehand, and he was playing the same side of the green going back towards the park, and he's just dropped a little bit short.
Reasonable correction, yeah, but just as you
Maybe
say,
shot.
it's a little bit short.
Paul's just taking a look at it now.
What's the indication? So he thinks Gary's won.
Charker's now played a backhand.
And the edge factors, and you can see it's a different line, like Nick was talking about before. They are a different line. He gets a piece of the jack. Now that's 2. That's possibly 3. Has he brought the back one into it?
Well,
Has he brought the back one into it? Let's have a look.
Very hard to say.
It's hard to say.
Paul's not giving
There
us
it is
anything.
there.
I think he might.
Look, he's going to be close. He's going to be close to being able to brought the back one into it.
Well, we'll
Jamie's
see.
bowled and he's following it down to see where to get a closer look at things.
Let's stay on here, Jamie Smith. Yeah,
He's gone in.
Just overplayed it a little bit, but you can forgive people for that on this surface.
You can.
With this tailwind, you can forgive them for dropping in the ditch, and certainly it's better to do that and at least have given the bowl a chance than be 2 or 3 metres short.
So he is holding 2. Any touch of the jack here is advantageous for Gary. He's going to make it 4. He's holding 2, measure for the 3rd. Jamie has 1 bowl to play. Now, Gary is close again.
It's looking good.
He is
It's
very
looking
close.
good.
Piece of the jack.
Oh.
Oh, he's got a piece of it. It's a toucher in the ditch. Did he go in the ditch?
He did, yeah. No, and I was going to say to you, Tony, that was the sort of weight I was going to advocate for was, but play it big enough to
Well,
sink the jack yourself.
Can you? You
'cause
can't lose
that.
playing a bowl like that. You can't lose it. Even if you go in the ditch, if you touch the jack,
And now that he has a toucher in the ditch, it makes it really hard for Jamie Smith, because if he gets a toucher in the ditch, then they're competing
absolutely, it's a measure. Well,
already.
it's up and down for 1. So let's have a look. Jamie's coming down, playing on his forehand, the left-hander. Has he got the right line? His weight
this is
doesn't look
closer.
too bad. He is very close.
It's very close.
Just going to duck under. He didn't have the edge factor line, unfortunately.
Is that a measure for 2, or do you think Gary's still got the 2?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. It looks like it's 2 to me. And our marker indicates
2.
2. So 14-2 to last year's champion, Gary Charker.
Well, this is the form that saw him win
Charker.
last year. And it's not like he won going away. Dougie Farr gave him a real good run in the final, and Jess Hogan in the semi-final last year. But we've said all through this game, and welcome to everybody who's just joining us. We've been watching some sublime bowls here from Gary Charker. He's put the pressure on from word go, and then from that, Jamie Smith has been defending, cutting down. Jamie's been very rarely in a position where he is in control of the end.
I agree. He's all he's had to do is try and reduce. That's pretty much the only situation he's found himself in, is cutting the target down from 3 to 1, or and he's doing his best. But for how long can he keep it up remains to be seen, because Gary Charker is starting to hone in on getting closer to that 25.
Chris Parker saying, "Go, my friend." He must be talking about Gary Charker, and thank you, Chris, for dropping us a comment. Great to be able to share some of the great players of the capital region with you here as we enjoy the last of the winter sunshine. Spring starts tomorrow.
Officially spring.
Good old spring. Already started early up home. Anyway, good bowl by Jamie. And that'll be the shot. Well played,
That's the
Jamie.
shot.
Jamie Smith.
I think you're a bit more confident than I am.
Yeah, I reckon he's a shot.
You're probably right. Cheryl Lee saying good bowls, great markers and commentary. And yes, thank you to you, Cheryl, and to everybody who's watching and everyone who's helping out with us here today. Chris Parker, yes, go Gary.
So he comes down on the ditch side. Now it's probably a little bit wide for the edge factor.
He is going to say he's gone wide and it's got length, so he's overshot the mark a bit. But he still has an option to bring the jack. Bring the
That he
jack with him
does.
on his last bowl.
He does. You can see he's got those back 2.
Well, he hasn't had to play any sort of shots like that as yet, Gary Charker. And
I think he played one on the first end, Nick, when he...
yeah, it wasn't
drove
quite a
across the-
bear jack though.
Yeah.
He got the shot bowl out, and another good bowl by Jamie.
Great bowl by Jamie.
But now Jamie has set up a little bit of a target there, and we might see Charker aggressive.
I think we will.
2 at the back.
He's got the swing going, or is that just the Charker run up? No,
Oh, no, he's
got
going.
speed.
Here he goes. Gary Charker, ladies and gentlemen, looking for a jack in the can. Whooshka. And unfortunately,
He's got one bowl left.
He's taken. Did he take both bowls out, or was his toucher in the ditch?
No, the toucher's the one on the
stays
wing.
on, and the other two bowls are out of play.
Now, where'd the jack go after all of that?
It's in the ditch too.
It's in the can.
Yes, but where in the ditch is the jack? That's the big question. Here's Paul, is how he's going to put it. So it is out on the right-hand side of screen there, which would indicate to me that that bowl of Gary Charker that is out on the wing.
That one right there.
Is the,
there it is.
That's the shot.
That's the shot.
If you use camera down, you might even see the jack maybe.
Well,
we can't go camera down anymore. I think we've gone down camera down enough.
Well,
that's the shot.
If Jamie can rip that one out,
and he's going for it. Oh, great shot!
Oh, he's chipped it in.
But it's the toucher in
that
the
was
ditch,
the toucher.
so he's still one down.
He needed the toucher to go the other way.
He did. Look, a gutsy effort.
Oh, I absolutely endorse that shot from Jamie.
Me too. Right idea.
Paul McAllister confirms the one.
So
Charker.
Once again, 15-2. Gary Charker, last year's winner, defending champion of the Greenline Invitation Singles, is in the box seat to progress to tomorrow's semi-final, has a 15-2 lead, and is playing very well in the conditions. That there is no doubt.
Oh, I think when you're watching this game back, if you're Jamie Smith and you watch this game back, you say, well, I've had some perhaps looser ones than I would have preferred, but gee, he's made it very hard for me. And Gary Charker, even there, he had that one bowl. It was the toucher that stayed on the rink. Had Jamie Smith knocked it out of play the other way, doesn't matter that it's a toucher. If it's gone out of play off the rink to the side, that bowl comes off, and Jamie would have had 3 shots. So he was a bit unlucky there.
Charker's off with a great first bowl on this
Charker
end.
with a great start again.
He's just making it very hard.
He certainly is.
For Smith to get into the game.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's making it very, very difficult. It's not comfortable.
That breeze has got up again too. We can see through the window here, the Australian flag is at full extension. The cameras have been knocked around a little bit, but Jamie's
line's good too.
Well, he needs to bottle this.
And he's just touched it.
Little front toucher there. Scott Dagwell watching. Melda Fowler saying go Chucky. Jocelyn Heyman, Catherine Hunt, welcome to you all. Melda's sitting in the same room as us here, so it's a bit rude for her to be putting comments on the stream, but...
Got the Chucky fan club here, do we?
There's
the Chucky fan club.
There's fans all over the world of Gary Charker. As we see here, they might be getting another one. He's just pushed Jamie off and got a toucher himself.
Wow, what a bowl.
Jamie's going to hold his ground, wait for Paul to mark that bowl and have a really good assessment. But this head will change.
Is he non-committal? Did he say it's one to Gary?
This head will change. Well, it's very close. Certainly on the picture it looks like one to Gary, but out the window I favour Jamie's got a better chance than what we might have seen otherwise.
Well, he's playing his backhand, Jamie is. He's trying to get a piece of the jack just to tuck it around the corner, turn it into 2. He's given every chance. He's just going to... Oh, what an effort.
He's got second.
And a good home.
Else.
It's a good home.
Well, anywhere finishing...
McAllister's looking at it closely now.
Back where Paul's feet are, yeah.
So, up and down, he's give Gary the indication. Not too sure who's got the shot. So, what hand does Gary play? He can play either side, forehand. Gets a punch on his own, turns the orange one out.
I reckon he's lined up for the forehand, yeah.
Down he comes.
Favour that for the shot, and I favour that he's going to be pretty close here. He's stalking this bowl.
The edge factor line, how's it looking? Nick, how's it looking? Just a tad wide. I didn't mind that weight, to be honest, and he's finished in a good home too.
Well, what he has done now is he's given himself 2 great catches for any contact at the front there. So I think Jamie Smith, if he's going to disturb this head, he needs to do it with this bowl. Because doing it with his last bowl, Gary Charker's got all the advantages.
Okay.
Jamie's played this very, very well. And
shot.
perhaps a gust at the wrong time there. It's just blown that one through. You could see he put his hand up and said, well, what do you do about that? But, I think now Charker can play more aggressively and get results. Jamie's got to be absolutely millimetre perfect. And in this breeze, to drag the jack to the bottom right of screen's really, really
He
hard.
can play it on either hand. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, for Gary,
either hand.
any contact through the front there will pop it to him for 2.
Yep. So he's having a bit of a look. He's not 100% sure which side to play. He's just left the head, so he's going to go the backhand. He's lining up to play the backhand. And that's not a bad idea, because if he is wide, he can get a piece of the orange bowl and get lucky. Otherwise, if he does get it on the nose and turns it out, or he does get his own bowl on the nose and turns it out, he could make a multiple. But...
Or if he hangs and parks in with those bowls of Jamie Smith, he defends against a big multiple.
So he's got 3 options there, which are all good options. So
ended up being a little bit of none of them. And for Jamie Smith, well, it's disappointing, but what it does do, it puts another one at the back. And so, again, Jamie's got to play this absolutely millimetre perfect.
And he could make 4.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. And, at this point in the game, he's played some good bowls. He deserves to be closer, I'd say, than this.
Yeah, look, I don't think you're right now. I think you're right, Nick. He's 15-2. There's not a fair indication of the way that the guy, Jamie Smith, has played. He's played a lot better than what the scoreboard indicates. But once again, we have said it's trying conditions now.
Let's see how he's timed it with the breeze here, because it has just dropped on him. He's close.
Just going to run out.
Oh, not...
Slid underneath. That was exactly the speed, though, to move that jack.
The weight was perfect. Weight was
2
absolutely
inches.
perfect. So now our marker will give us an indication who's got the shot. We're not 100% sure.
Smith's just taking a look. He's handed it to Charker.
Gary Charker's got 1. So even those little ones, that they're all very close. I don't think Jamie's got one of those buys yet.
No, well, as I suggested, the challenge is that for Jamie to get a result out of that head, it had to be absolutely millimetre perfect. Gary Charker could have played any weight that he liked, basically, to get
scored
something.
Yep.
So, and I spoke about earlier, the understanding of percentages. The high percentage shots are all been for Charker. Jamie's had to play low percentage, and he's got low percentage results.
Yep, that's right. And, he's only scored twice. Or was it only once? He's only scored once. And everything else has been defence, defence, defence. And anything, when he has played a good bowl, has just gone against him or...
and that's the... But, it's 11 ends to 1.
Retrieved it.
It's 11 ends to 1. If you play these 11 ends again, it doesn't end up 11 ends to 1. Jamie's had 2 or 3 where he's had some real ordinary luck. So
you've got to remember, too, that Gary Charker's scored 16 shots in 10 ends. So he hasn't been scoring big numbers. And that's a credit to Jamie is keeping those numbers low. But... he is having to defend all the time.
Charker's just been placing them so tightly.
He has, and you are right, Huxley. It's pretty good placement by him. It's good game management. It's not as if he's going for the foot on the throat sort of scenario, like trying to get the maximums all the time. He's thinking the game out. He's covering where he's got to. Even though he's 14 in front, he's still got respect for his opposition, and that's why he's... winning 16-2.
And this is why I mentioned at the start of the stream, viewers, is that Gary Charker is one of the best credentialed singles players in the region, and you can see why here. He's an absolute clinical professional at playing the game of singles. As Jamie's just chipped his own bowl, but couldn't get it past that bowl of Charker's. Well, favourite will still be 2, and that's the challenge. Jamie's gone to the probably the more direct hand, but can he trust that it's going to turn and get down to that jack? He's probably improved his chances with that channel as we watch Gary Charker go flying past here.
It's a bit uncharacteristic from Gary. He's going for the backwood.
And it's into the ditch.
Just plopped in.
Not by much.
Well, he's played enough against Jamie Smith to say that maybe Jamie might be looking at a bare jack again here.
Well, he's had a couple of goes at it, and he's only missed it collectively, not by much. So You got one, but got a bit unlucky.
Yeah, well, this is the sort of line that he needs to be playing, Jamie, because it's very tight on that hand now.
How's his weight?
The weight's going to make it. Not enough.
Reaching.
Unfortunately, needed to be up there, Jamie. Needed to be there then. So Gary's holding 2. Last year's champion. Charker, as he's referred to in these parts. 16-2 lead. Holding 2. Coming down. Looking for a third. The girls are laughing. The girls are happy. They like the commentary. They like the bowls.
It's a good day. It's just
That's
all
a good
round a good day.
And they're in great company, let me tell you. And once again, thanks to the Queanbeyan Bowls Club, we, because of the conditions outside, we set up inside the club behind the glass, and I think it's one of the best decisions we made, because I dare say if we were outside, we'd be like Huey, Dewey and Louie jumping in out of our chairs trying to retrieve everything that's been blowing away.
Well, there, I'm pleased for your kit here, all these lovely screens. They might have been...
They could have been anywhere.
Well, in the Queanbeyan Creek. Catherine Hunt saying on the stream here, who has a laugh like Chucky? He's got a very distinctive laugh, and you have to laugh with him, and what a brilliant bowler. On the other hand, Jamie's also a brilliant shot maker. So this is a tough match, one of those matches where the score doesn't reflect the class that's been shown. And I think that's a really good way to say it, Catherine, and thank you for your comment.
Yep, I agree. Well said. So Jamie...
Forehand, he is looking for the jack here.
He's going to be a tad wide, so he's going to drop a 2. Yeah, definitely 2 down, so it's 2 more to Gary Charker.
It's funny you say that about his laugh. My brother, who commentated last year, Anthony, sent me a message saying he's Chucky there. He's got a funny laugh on him, but he's a good bloke. So.
Well, there you go. Yes, we had the pleasure of Huckley's brother Anthony Wallace on the stream last year at Canberra Bowling Club when we were there for the Invitational Singles, and thanks to Anthony and thanks to everybody from Greenline for their support of bowls and this event in particular. It's been a great pleasure to have Huxley here with us today and bring you all the action as we're here at Queanbeyan Bowls Club as we watch round 3 of the 2024 Greenline Invitational Singles. Nick Hine, Tony Scott and Huxley Wallace here with you in commentary. Paul McAllister, our marker, as
Chucky's going long there,
has poked the jack onto the tee, and we do see about the longest end we've seen so far. So it was what I was calling for. If Jamie had won the mat, can he take advantage of this again? He's been, like you say, it's been defend, and when you're being forced to play low percentage shots all the time, you get low percentage outcomes.
Absolutely.
but this is why he has to defend.
One end. And that, you're right, Huxley, that's why he has to defend, because Gary has been very, very consistent. Look, in relation to Jamie, if he had been playing anyone else out here, he probably wouldn't be 16 or 18-2 behind. I dare say the scores probably would be a lot closer. Sure, he's not playing his best game, but it's certainly not playing his worst, because Gary has been very precise, very, very precise, in as we said, in extremely difficult conditions.
Yes, no, I agree, and I think all the players that we've watched today, Harvey McAllister and Flynn O'Shaughnessy in the first game, Chloe Morrison and Talara Edwards in the second game, and now these two gentlemen. It's been a real pleasure to see them in action.
It has been some really good games,
and they've
really good bowls being played.
They look very commendable on this surface to be getting them as close as they have been.
So Gary comes down on his backhand. He's just going past, but will count probably these shots. So holding 2. So he's looking to get on that springboard of 21. So what that means is once you hit 21, you can go out. You can score a 4 to go out. Anything 21 and above, first to 25 obviously, but that's the springboard. So it looks like there's a game that's finished over there, mate, is there? Or?
Yeah, no, Richard Henry Lawson has come in and given me his card. He had a big win over Chloe Morrison in the end. So Henry will be very proud of himself there. And I'm seeing Flynn O'Shaughnessy and Toby Pena have shaken hands as well. So win for Flynn over our junior singles champion.
So that would give Flynn the section, mate, wouldn't it?
That will give Flynn the section.
He'll be a semi-finalist tomorrow.
So I expect Harvey and Sharon Steele will now be shaking hands as well because the section is over. And they'll be coming off Flynn O'Shaughnessy cannot be caught. So Harvey's going to be coming in.
Because we saw Flynn and Harvey battle it out this morning. It was a great game to watch.
It was a good game. Well done to Flynn. It's a game that could have gone either way, and no discredit to Flynn, but there was probably only one turning point in the game where Harvey rolled the jack and went in the ditch, and that's when he lost the ascendancy. And once again, without discrediting Flynn in the victory, probably thought the better player actually lost the game. But it was a high-quality match. When you're 21-12 in front, you probably should, get
Close
away.
it out,
You should close it out. But all full credit to Flynn. He never gave up and come away with the victory. And now he's a semi-finalist.
That's a good roll.
Great
by
shot,
Smith.
Jamie. But yeah, he's a semi-finalist tomorrow, so congratulations to him and good luck to him.
So Jamie holding one. Now, there is a bit of a tunnel there on the backhand for Gary Charker to go through and rip that one out, and I wonder if that's going to be plan A for Gary Charker here.
He's on the
He
mat.
has them
Let's
at
have
the
a look.
back.
And there he goes. So he's playing some sort of attacking weight.
Got
I think you might have
got
called
some
this, Nick.
pace. Got some pace.
He's just
But
going to
he's
be a bit
gone
wide.
straight to the ditch.
Okay, so
Well, for the very first time in 1, 2, 3, 4, in 10 ends, I reckon, Jamie Smith
his holding shot.
is holding shot and has a free kick at the end.
Yeah.
His last bowl, every end for the last, and I'm going to say 10, but it's more than 10 really,
Yep.
has been challenged by the just exquisite precision of Gary Charker on a really tough day for bowls.
Agreed. It's been a draw to save situation, isn't it? Like a number reducer. So here he goes. He's holding one. So we know that the end, unless he does something silly here, Jamie Smith, he's going to have the mat. He's going to have first crack, which he's only had once.
You called it at the start of this end that he would play long if he got the mat. So here he is on a long mat, and he's put it wide and
Just
long.
past.
He
Just
still
gone
holds
past.
one.
So he holds one.
And McAllister confirms there's one in the air.
Okay, so 1 to Jamie Smith. Takes the score to 18-3 here in round 3.
Well, a journey of a million miles starts with a single step, and a comeback of this magnitude has to start with a single shot. So we'll see if Jamie can make this a real trigger for him to lift, take it to Charker, and he's taken the mat right back. But interestingly, he's gone and rolled it very, very cute. He's trying to keep this jack out of the wind. So we saw that this was what Flynn and Harvey were doing in the first game.
You're right.
And I think he's taken some advice from how they played it. The mat is all the way back on the tee. The jack is probably only 30 or 40 centimetres past the 21 metre mark there for minimum length. So Jamie Smith now on 3 shots. But he's got the mat, he's got the length that he wants to play.
And it looks like a good first
That's
roll.
a good start.
Not a bad bowl.
That's a good roll.
When we spoke about the pressure of Charker, can Jamie Smith respond now that he's got the mat back, he's got his length?
I think winning an end will make a big difference to his mindset.
It certainly will. I think you're right there, mate.
Playing defence, and now he can maybe, although not that you'd want to discount anything that Chucky can do.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen how precise he is in all the ends they've played so far. He's not going to make it easy for Smith at any point.
I think you're right. I think you're exactly right.
Yeah, now I went to, but
Another good one.
To win one end is probably relieving. To win 2 ends, to win 3 ends, that's got to be Jamie's challenge now. We spoke in the last game with Talara about setting yourself little goals, but Jamie's is the calibre of player that probably can come back from 16 shots down. I'm sure if you asked him, he's had some big come from behind victories in his day.
Yep.
just trying to think what my biggest might have been. I think I was down 17-4 and ended up winning 25-19 was my best.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There was a tequila involved in that game, though.
Of course, yeah. Well, that story.
So that was pretty handy.
Charker had one go off there, but
I've seen a guy once, I won't mention any names, but a gentleman playing in a major singles final was down 27-3. His wife was gone into labour. They stopped the game. Can I come back and finish it next week? She gave birth. He come back and won the game next week, 31-28.
So you'd be...
True as I sit here.
You'd be disappointed to let a lead like that go.
Absolutely.
So, yes, as Huxley pointed out, Chucky had a rip with his last bowl, but he's being a little bit more discreet.
More cautious with this one.
but not quite enough weight on it. I think he's still got... Smith would still have one. I don't know. It's a bit hard to tell on the...
Yeah, very hard to tell. Both from our cameras and out the window for second shot.
Although I like this...
I think it is too. How's this one?
It's again pulling up short.
Jamie turned his back on it.
He did.
Didn't like it early.
Might get in his way, but he can play that shot. If he plays...
Well,
that's the one I'm looking at.
Is this the one that you're talking about?
Absolutely. Did side under the last bowl of Jamie's, sit the orange one through, get a piece of the jackmate to himself.
Just let Boyd know for future that we need a camera that has me with the pen on it pointing on the screen. So because what I've been doing all day
I've noticed.
is that I point on the screen and I say...
No one can see you.
And I say, well, the plan is, though, to play with weight under the yellow bowl at the front to get down to the yellow shot bowl that sits
You need one of those
there
little
at
laser
6 o'clock. A
pointers.
telestrator even.
So this thing here, is that what we're talking about?
You look at this, you've got all sorts of technology.
I just don't know how it works.
Don't know. Well, that's okay. Neither do I. But look, we're so pleased to be able to bring you this coverage, and I trust you're enjoying it. But we're going to see Gary.
He's Charker.
It's draw weight. I thought he would have been a bit more positive.
So did
than
I,
that.
mate. Well, actually,
He might have been
he might
knocking
turn
Jamie
that.
in.
Okay, that's definitely two now. Or is it? No, he's turned it out.
Turned it out.
It wobbled around. The breeze might have knocked it.
It is really hard to tell who's got the shot there. So they've taken one out.
And then it's probably a 3 or a 4-way go for
Taken
the
two.
second. He's kicked a second one out, Charker.
I think they're going to settle for two.
Is it two? No, it's three.
That's three.
So 3 to Jamie Smith, 18-6.
Now we're starting to see a little more fair representation of how the game's been playing out.
Yeah. Actually, I agree. I absolutely agree.
But pretty loose there from Charker. And as I suggested, as soon as Jamie Smith got the mat back, he's decided that we're going to try something very different. And so that was almost minimum length. Tried to keep it out of the wind. Interestingly, he's gone a little bit different. He's got the mat
He's got right back on the tee,
a long
hasn't
way
he?
back at the other end. And we'll see what sort of length he's looking to throw here.
So down
Yeah, another short one.
18-6. See what length he's going to play.
He's only
Now-
just going to make it past minimum length again, I think.
Yeah, he's gone by a bit. So,
Yeah, 23,
Slowly
24
stopped
metres.
up.
yep, so it's a decent length.
But still on the shorter side. And I wonder if there's not a notion that maybe having the jack where it has finished is the best spot to protect it from the wind. He's
Again,
playing
playing his forehand.
Yeah, playing the middle of the rink there, so trying to keep it out of the real heavy finish that we've been seeing playing the other hand.
The line was good, just a little too much on it perhaps, but see Charker's response.
So 18-6. Gary Chucky Charker leads Jamie
It's
Smith.
A toucher.
And he started with a toucher. Probably still one down.
Yeah, didn't get quite enough of it and made Jamie's bowl look a little bit tighter than it was.
He's actually asking.
How far past was the
Yeah.
question?
Yep.
So
I think Jamie's bowls.
probably a metre past.
Yep.
Jamie's gone for the 4 here.
And, doesn't look too bad from here.
It's
Well, that'll go the
It's
trip.
going to go very close. And it's a toucher.
No,
That's a
toucher.
great bowl. Well played. So that's 2.
Time for
Gary
Chucky's
Charker.
response.
Every bowl, looks like he's doing the Charlie Hayes and lining up for a drive. Well, he
He's
is
going
this
for
time.
the attack.
He's going for it. He's got the gap.
Oh.
That's unreal. The
Jamie's
bowl
bowl
has
fell
fallen
over.
And I think even Charker can see the humour in that one. He's
Yeah.
having a good laugh about it.
That's
Dude,
it.
Jamie's even having a chuckle. The bowler's fallen over as he's gone.
That was a better sidestep than Benji Marshall.
Yeah.
It was incredible. Okay, so on his backhand, back on the ditch side of the green, Jamie, what's his intention?
Well, put the pressure on is my advice. I know
Is
he
it
doesn't want to give him
maybe-
a target, but he's gone and
Is it maybe to protect from an attacking shot?
yeah, he's protecting the back of the rink there, but
He's got one more up his sleeve, and if Charker attacks, he's got one up the back now.
He does. Now, he's played a tighter line, obviously not as aggressive. So if a piece of the kitty can turn it into 2, I think he's just going to, he's undercooked it. So,
It's going past each other.
Jamie Smith, does he change hands? Does he play his forehand, which he will, touch
to
the
be.
jack, turn it into 3, can hang on to a score here, gets it back within striking distance?
well, at 3 here, and all of a sudden you'd say game on, wouldn't you, Tony
You
Scott?
would.
This is becoming
You would, Nick, you would. There's no doubt about it. Actually, he's probably spun that out a
exciting.
bit wide.
well. What that does do though is it
That
covers
splits that.
both of those bowls of Gary Charker on the right hand side of the screen,
And still comes into play if he gets a piece of the jack with his last one. So
McAllister's indicator is definitely only 2 to Smith.
he said it's 2. So Gary's playing his forehand.
they're probably the same plan as last time, just a bowl wider. Look to get to the jack.
How's he looking this time?
A bit shaky, if you believe the camera.
Yeah.
That's the breeze again.
It is the breeze again. It's come up again. So I think it's probably 2. I'm sure it's 2.
Yep.
It is 2. So we go to 18-8.
And like I said, I said to you, Huxley, just only a couple of ends ago, winning one end is probably relief. To win 2 and now 3, all of a sudden, Jamie Smith might be thinking, well, I'm not done yet.
No, there's still a game here.
Yep. I think you're right, guys. I think you're right.
10 shots, and you two did say, Tony Scott, was that you felt like there was a lot more to be played out.
I did.
It wasn't.
I just didn't get a reading on it that it was a fait accompli. I just thought that was, the guy's a quality bowler. He wasn't going to, not find his line and length for the whole game. He was going to be tenacious. He was going to hang in there. And that's exactly what he's doing at the moment, 18-8. Sure, there's a long way to go.
He's played the same short jack again, which seems to keep, as you say, keep it out of the wind, and we'll look to repeat the end from 2 ends ago.
Yep. Probably just gone past the yard.
Well, the phrase that you would have heard, I'm sure, both you gentlemen, form is temporary, class is permanent.
Absolutely. Everyone's heard that one before.
And,
That's a classic.
And both these players have got plenty of class. So, while we saw as maybe a little bit scratchy from Jamie at the start, he's won the mat back and he's found his length.
But Charker's also got his length. Look at that bowl.
Pretty good bowl by Gary there.
Decision here for Jamie. He's going to stay. He's in the middle of the rink, middle of the green. It's been much more forgiving, that hand. Doesn't have the big late finish that we've seen on the clubhouse side. And if you can get to the jack here and go with it, well done, Jamie.
And just
Good
moved
shot.
it away from Charker.
Good shot, Jamie. So is that 2?
Yes, made 2.
Made 2.
So Gary probably for the first time in this contest starting to feel a little bit of pressure. He's had things very much his own way, but Jamie Smith picking up 3 ends in a row now, and he's moved the jack around. He's got the end and the head sort of set up in a position where he's in control.
As you can see, he's finished past there too, so he didn't want to be anything. He didn't want to be short. But Jamie can certainly change it here again if he gets another piece of the jack, or does he go for cover?
He's been turning those backhands with the wind dying down a little bit. He might get in where.
So let's have a look and see where he's going to end up. And he's behind, so look, there's nothing too wrong with that. So like a perhapser. So here comes Gary.
Is he trying to knock out? Is he trying to?
Well, Charker is quick off the mat there. He was looking, I think, Huxley, you're right, there was an opportunity to promote his green bowl at the front, get down to the yellow bowl and get a shot or second shot, but favour, there's no change there. And Gary shaking his head. We're seeing a little bit of emotion from him for the first time as well. Perhaps feeling under a little bit of pressure.
Well, they're playing for the section here, aren't they?
Well, this is now the most important game going on. So all the other games have been completed, or the sections have been completed, and so every other player has been able to shake hands. This is the only live game now that has any meaning towards tomorrow's results. So we know that Flynn O'Shaughnessy has won his section. We know that James Reynolds has won his section, and we know now as well that the winner of this section will progress.
Now we believe Jamie's holding, looks like 2. Once again, viewers, we do apologise for some of the camera angles being a little bit skew. If it's just not anything to do with us, it's extremely windy out there. And as you can see, the bowls are almost turning, going back towards the bowler. That's how much breeze there is.
And that's the challenge that Jamie Smith's had on that side.
Blowing our cameras a bit off.
Yeah, the challenge that Jamie Smith's had on that side of the rink has been exacerbated by the wind that's been impacting our cameras. Mac McLean is, of course, the other section winner. So with 3 section winners confirmed.
So we're only waiting on this one.
Yes, being James Reynolds, Mac McLean and Flynn O'Shaughnessy. Wow. So we'll see those 3 gentlemen back tomorrow. And they'll be joined by either Gary Charker or Jamie Smith here. Now,
Gary, how's he looking here? If he can use his own bowl, which he will, and he'll get one out of that. So a sort of a lucky result, but he does stop that momentum that Jamie Smith was starting to create.
Yeah, look, I mean, a good bit of weight. He probably got a little bit fortunate getting the slide off his own at the front there, but
yes, agreed.
It was ideal weight for the shot, and I think if you're Jamie Smith, you've left him enough room to be playing that sort of shot. Mm-hmm. So you can't be too disappointed, but you can't cover everything.
Can't. That's exactly right, mate. You can't cover everything, and there was obviously a chance of missed opportunities down the track for Jamie. But Gary now has the mat back and will get us underway. Leads 19-8. Last year's champion, the defending champion, so to speak, looking to progress to tomorrow's semi-final. We already have 3 of the 4 sections decided. Flynn O'Shaughnessy, Mac McLean, James Reynolds will all be featuring tomorrow in the semi-finals of the Greenline Invitational Singles for 2024 here at Queanbeyan Bowls Club. Fair start by Gary.
It all hangs on this. It all hangs on this game.
It does.
And for those who have just joined on the stream, you might be wondering what's transpired, and we've seen Charker take many ends to get a 19, but we've had Smith have a bit of ascendancy in recent ends, and now Charker's just taken the mat back from him, and he'd be looking to just go home on a trot, I reckon. Chucky would be looking to close this out, try and get to that springboard that you talked about earlier.
Yes, true. And I think that last bowl of that last end has deflated Jamie to a certain extent, because his first bowl on this end has dropped considerably short, where the last couple of ends when he was starting to make a run, he wasn't. And just watching a bit of his body language, I think that he was just, that might have sucked a bit of wind out of his sails.
You couldn't knock the wind out of anyone's sails today, could you, with this breeze up?
Well, that's true.
I was going to say, the wind references are a dangerous one today, because...
but they're a good one. You've got to get away with it.
Oh, that's a
good correction.
Yeah, not a bad bowl. He's got to be close to shot. Probably not quite.
I don't think he's quite got shot, but he's going to be making things a little more difficult for Gary.
We were talking earlier, boys. What is the prediction tomorrow? Is it supposed to be windy again? Huxley gets the phone out and has a look.
That's how we do it these days.
Oh, absolutely. Better than going and sticking your head out the window. Now, Gary, what's he trying to do here? If he gets round that, he'll nearly count. Oh, no, he's just gone through a bit.
He's going through. So tomorrow, we're going to be sunny. That's a good start.
Yeah.
It says similar wind speeds.
Okay, so as once you can see, you just look at the players' clothing. We have a quick look here. Just look at the clothing blowing around. The hoodies blowing all over the place. Down he comes.
He's got the attacking shot. Ooh, and he's missed it.
City of the Bush now, I think. 19-2.
Well, yeah, I'm okay with that from Jamie. The bowl's a bigger target than the jack, and he's had some difficulty drawing, particularly these 3/4 lengths that Charker's favoured. And
he's look. That's where
only
he
one
scored
shot.
most of his shots, and we're playing that consistent length, 3/4 ends. Now he's probably. Is that going to count?
No, he's run
He's
past.
run through.
He's running fast.
So what does Jamie do here, boys? Does he go the bowl?
I think you attack the bowl, don't you? I think.
Well, the risk now is that there's 3 at the back for Charker. So if you move the jack back and don't go with it, there is a risk that you go 3 down.
Well, if he gets his own bowl, he's in trouble too, isn't he?
Well, yes.
Can he play it? Can he play a backhand and just sneak it in? I mean, you have to be.
Well,
Millimetre perfect to try and
draw weight. I mean, he's got 2 feet to draw it, and on a day where that the breeze was more more forgiving, you'd probably say that that'd be the shot to play. But today we've seen a number of times that players have played the aggressive shot, but it's not without risk at this point. I spoke about percentages frequently. So we'll see how Jamie's calculated the percentages. He is playing the draw.
Seems to be what he's going for. It's wide.
How's his weight?
It's coming in.
I'll tell you what, he doesn't play
Close.
this too bad, boys.
I like it.
That's a great shot.
I like it.
Well played, Jamie Smith. Well played. Very, very good bowl.
Just keeps that momentum, Charker from keeping that momentum.
Well, keeps him in the game too, Huxley, doesn't it? Like, as I said earlier, I thought he was. Their body language had changed. It looked like a little bit of a defeatist, and he's come up with a bowl like that. So well done to Jamie Smith. 19-9.
19-9 gets the mat back and gets his length back, most importantly here. So, look, if he can peel off another run like he did last time, he picked up 6 shots in 3 ends, Jamie Smith. So, a quick 6 shots here, all of a sudden it's 19-15.
Yeah, absolutely.
19-14, something like that. And you'd say game on it. The 10-shot margin's probably still a lot to consider yourself a real chance of getting back from. But, look, we've been treated to a fantastic game this morning. It was just about the last game completed. This will be the last game completed here this afternoon, I've no doubt, because Jamie Smith won't go away.
No. I don't think he's going anywhere. He's hanging in there.
I don't think Charker's going to let him get away with it though. He's going to. We haven't seen much attacking from Charker since that first end though.
No, true. On the first end, remember, he run the jack, so...
Yeah, it's been the head's been set up differently though since then too, and we've seen through the 10 ends in a row that Charker won through the middle of the game. He's been dominant. He hasn't had to worry about that. Whereas for Jamie Smith, when he's won the mat and got things back going his way, the heads weren't really set up to be attacked as aggressively as we saw from Charker on the first end. But as we're seeing here, there's a good start from both players.
I think Smith has it based on the window shot, but the camera might tell a different story.
So he's just pulled up stumps there because I think the wind's caused him a bit of havoc.
Well, it looks like it's also changed direction ever so slightly, maybe swinging around.
I think you might be right. I was just thinking
westerly
that a minute
little
ago, actually.
bit,
Yeah.
Which is only going to push the bowls further.
So, Jamie, if you can get a piece of this jack here.
Yeah, they're standing up very tall on that hand now for Jamie Smith, and
He's probably holding shot definitely with the last one.
Yeah, it looks as though he's found his range, particularly on these shorter lengths. So look, we're here to see a good contest, and
I think Gary's pulled that one a bit tight. He has.
Not enough weight on that one.
So might have been some nuisance value in the bowl though on that hand. What's
That's
Jamie
how
decided to
Jamie's
do?
been swinging it over through there, hasn't he? Playing the backhand.
Well, he had the
lefty.
opportunity. If that didn't block him there, Huxley, he could have touched the jack maybe for 3. So, but he's decided to swap hands again.
Go with the 4, which is quite wide.
But remember, they are almost coming back towards
I
the
was just
bowler on
thinking
that
that,
side.
with
Yeah.
with the wind blowing a little more westerly, it's nearly going to do a U-turn. And
As you can see there, viewers, how far he's gone back. Not such a bad bowl. So,
a bit of
Gary
coverage at the back. Good.
Charker. Now, if he's under those 2 there, Nick, he's every chance of scoring. And not only that, is he every chance of getting a piece of the kitty?
Well,
just go under.
look, he's under all right, but it's just going to fall away, sliding away.
Okay, so there's a big decision for Jamie here to make. Does he take the risk and stay on his backhand to try and get a piece of the kitty to turn it into 4? It's got to be such a precise shot because there is a bowl in his line. Does he play his forehand, being the left-hander, just to draw, if he's under the jack, to sit on the 2 bowls of Gary to actually score 2? So he has a chance to make a 4 with a jack trail on his backhand, but there is a bowl in the way. The other option on his forehand is to draw, to either turn his widest bowl jack high or to draw under him to make 2. At 19.9, is it time to take a risk?
No, I think Jamie's. There's some banter clearly going on out there between the 2 players and Mark and McAllister, and I think he was indicating that he's likely to play a shot where he's going to try to sit in on the left-handed forehand with the 2 jack high bowls of Charker.
yeah, I think you're right there.
You've called that. Oh, once again, it's blowing him off the mat.
So it's just take a moment to compose.
Maybe we need to get a few of the pavers from the signs that were blowing around earlier and pop them in his shoes.
Who was it? Was that you, Huxley, that rescued that sign earlier in the day?
Yeah, I had to jump out there and
see
throw
you
a
do
few. Mouse was here and helped me throw a few pavers in there to stop it blowing around.
Now, here we are. That's a pretty good bowl. That's a very good shot. So that's 2 and a measure. We can just see there. Not quite sure. We can just
A little bit of hard-in-mouth stuff there, though, because if he'd got the wrong side of the jack and kicked it across to Charker, you would have been kicking yourself. But he's having a giggle with Paul there and said, "Oh no, that was okay."
So that's what we're looking at. So we're not too sure what we've got.
So Charker's got nothing at the back here, so I'm not sure if we're going to see any significant weight, although he's lining up as though he's going to look to run into something maybe to trim the count down. Very quickly turned and picked the mat up.
Yeah, you give that away.
On the backhand.
Oh.
No, he's gone. I think he's realised he's gone a bit wide there.
Yeah, he did. I think as soon as he let it go, he realised that it wasn't what he wanted. So we'll have a look now. I think it's 2 at least. He's taken both those out. They're measuring for the 3rd. Now, once again, we can tick off one of these little goals. Jamie Smith can now say that he has hit double figures. And even though you still trail by 8 or 7 or 8, it's a significant thing in your mind and in your thought process.
Here's the test.
So let's have a look. Is it 3?
It's 3.
It was 3. Wow.
on the
So
tree.
19-12.
And what did I say after the just before the last end? He goes on another run here. He picked up 6 the last time he had control. Picks up 6 here, 5 or 6 here. All of a sudden, we're talking about a much different contest. Gary Charker was leading this game 18 shots to 2. So
Wow.
Jamie has picked up
10-1.
10 shots to 1 to come roaring back into this contest.
And viewers, you can obviously watching what we're watching. The comeback is on 19-12. I can see the view numbers have start to go up drastically. So people might have been jumping on and saying, "Hello, we thought this game might have been over an hour ago." Well, that's not the case, because after being down 18-2, it is now 19-12. Last year's defending champion, Gary Chucky Charker, still leads 19-12 over Jamie Smith. But we have...
Well, there's been twists and turns.
There's twists and turns. I like that. And he hasn't got off to a bad start, Jamie.
Well, what we're seeing from Smith here is that he's playing a very consistent game. He's keeping the lengths fairly short.
And you
shorter
remember,
than Charker.
We spoke earlier, Huxley. We all agreed that was the reason why Gary Charker was in front, because he was so consistent and playing that persistent length, and he was precise, and he wasn't going for to get the 3 and 4 all the time. He was playing placement bowls. He was happy to score 1, maybe 2, and that's a very good bowl that's just been played by Gary then. But we're now in the situation where Jamie is starting to find that little bit of consistency.
Yeah, he seems to be more consistent on the shorter lengths.
Yep. He has the mat on the tee, so he's probably 3/4, 2/3, 1 down. Playing that swinging hand. Give this a chance. Give this an almighty chance. Wow. Is there turning out there?
Yeah, it's the velodrome hand. Certainly on the clubhouse side here, it's really getting down the hill.
The velodrome hand. That's exactly right, mate. It's a good analogy.
But we're watching a couple of masters at work here. Gary Charker, he's probably not concerned yet, but he'll certainly be wary of the comeback that Jamie Smith's made. He'll be aware that it's gone 10 shots to 1, and he'll be ready to
Charker might have 2 there.
just stretch away. Well,
it's a bit hard to see, but out the window you can get a bit of a different view to the camera.
Yeah, I can tell that, yeah. We know it's 1 for sure. It's up and down for that second. So Jamie, his last one didn't miss by much, and those
You might be looking to pull it in.
yellow bowls are spinning like you wouldn't believe on that ditch side of the green.
The velodrome hand is done it again. I like
Exactly
that
right.
line.
It is good. Ride the velodrome.
So now Smith's got an interesting option where he's out the back. Or with 3 bowls.
All with 3 bowls.
well, Gary's going to put one around the back here.
I'd say he would.
There's no benefit in him building the target.
Not at all.
So back bowls come into it, and again, it's going to make Jamie play that perfect weight. You have to move the jack a foot, 2 foot.
And there's a bit of debris blowing around the place. You can see the bowlers walking up, picking things up off the green. Just getting in their line of sight, or in relation to when they're concentrating so much and something just deters them.
Lucky you brought your sign inside, otherwise we might have to be collecting that from the greens.
Mate, that's twice. The first time it blew onto the green in the morning, and then the second time I think it scared everyone when it hit the deck. I wasn't putting it out a third time. Anyway, Jamie Smith, touch of the jack, makes 2 or 3.
Or 4.
Or 4 on his backhand.
He's following it.
He's played it a little bit tighter too, so does he have the weight to hold it up? He is very close.
Is he aiming for Gary?
He is very close.
He's done it.
That's a great shot.
He's done it. I think he might have 4.
Wow. What a bowl. He's got 2, maybe 3.
Well, we'll stand by and assess, but we mightn't have much time because Gary Charker, I expect, will be pretty quickly chasing after this one. He'll be looking to reply in kind here
And here
and
he
rip
comes.
Jamie
Here
off.
he comes. And he's got something. He's got 1.
Got Jamie
I
out.
think it leaves Jamie with 1, does it?
1 or 2. It's hard
It's
to
a
tell.
measure.
I think it's probably 2.
I think it's a measure. Let's have a look.
We know it's 1. There's no doubt about that.
Yep, 1 shot, Jamie.
Well, it keeps the mat in Jamie's hand, so that's important.
So
Yep, it's a
they're
measure.
measuring.
It's a measure.
They're measuring. What a game we've got here, ladies and gentlemen. What we thought could have been over a little while ago. And I think one of the points of the match was when
It looks like one.
Gary played a bowl that got a lucky result to get one, going back towards the car park. So it was 2, 19-14, and then Jamie's shoulders went down. But on that same end, he was 3 down, maybe 4, and he drew the shot. And since then, I don't think Gary has scored. So it's 19-14, 5 the difference.
I think you're right, since he was at 9.
So Gary played a bowl when he was down. Jamie was holding 2, going towards the car park, got a slight rub off his front one and got the shot. And then coming back towards the road, Jamie was in all sorts of trouble, had the last bowl and drew the shot. I think he was 3 down. And I don't think he's lost an end since.
Well, I've been keeping score.
We might have lost 1.
Very professionally, obviously.
Very professional.
Yes, so
great penmanship.
So 6 of the last 7 ends have gone the way of Jamie Smith.
There we go. Yep.
There was a solitary shot for Gary Charker, but it's been 12 shots to 1 in those 7 ends.
And it was that bowl where he got that lucky rub at the front on the draw, of course, but he did get that lucky rub to get that shot.
And we're seeing Smith consistently get 2s. And that's helped him really climb up from that 19.
Well, exactly. We spoke before about everybody and their opportunities to score here, and they've come in bunches. I mean, there was the 10 ends in a row that Chucky Charker won, but we've seen a 1, a 3, and a 2 to Jamie Smith to get him back in the game, and then we've seen a 1 to Gary, and then another 1, 3, and a 2 to Jamie Smith to now make it 14 shots.
And
Jamie
a great
Smith.
shot by Gary.
19 shots, Gary Charker, but he's
trail of the jack.
Well, pretty happy with that, but that bowl of Jamie Smith is probably in a very handy home. You do find that occasionally. You have a loose one, it might come in handy later on.
And, Jamie Smith.
That's very direct on that hand now. I think we're getting more and more.
And he's got the widest set of bowls of the 2, but
I agree with you, Huxley, though. I'm looking at the flag and it's swinging more and more around from the west now, this breeze, so really impacting these players.
Okay, so Gary holding 1, 19-14. We have a game on here. Now he's switched over to the other side, which is probably wise. He can tuck the jack around the corner. If he's a little bit heavy, he covers the 2 oranges, and they're 2 rippers by Charker, the defending champion, holds 2 with 2 sublime rocks. Beautiful bowls. Jamie's just wondering what's his move. Whoop. So he's staying on that hand, the tighter side.
He's a bit tighter than the last time, though.
Yeah, they're holding there pretty good. I'll tell you what, he's not a mile away. Has he got the weight?
Jeez, he's watching it intently.
He's might have.
Oh, he's just going to drop a tad short, but he's going to be second shot. So not a bad bowl.
Limit the damage again.
Yep.
Well, I think if you're Gary, you need to sit one with those 2 yellow bowls at the back of the rink now.
I think you do. So the 2 bowls at 7 o'clock, I think Gary Charker will be going towards those. That's his target. That's where he needs to draw to. Stop the rot.
Well, he's putting the pressure on here.
The weight looks
not a bad bowl.
Just going to slide away. I still favour for Jamie. You can play fairly confidently and try to get to the shot. Contact, squeeze the jack out to your 2 at the back of the rink.
So it looks like he is 1. So this is what the scenario is. You can see the jack here, viewers. It's just behind the Allmark edge, the dark and light blue one. And that's what the other angle is. So the orange one is second shot. So we'll see what Jamie Smith does here. It's his last bowl of the end. Gary has 1 to play. So Jamie's got to play this one with a bit of purpose. Sit that bowl through. He's played a tighter line again. And if he has got the weight, he's every chance. How's his weight? I think he's going to be a tad short.
I think
and
so
he
too.
knows it.
Dropped his head.
He did. So it's 1 to Gary. Now he has an opportunity to turn this into a 3.
Yeah, Jamie knew it though too. He had to have weight
He
to
did.
spring the jack back to his own 2
He
bowls
did.
at the back of the rink there. You know, the only thing with draw weight was going to be getting a side toucher. It's a very low percentage shot. We've been speaking about percentages all day. Gary Charker now though, he's got a chance to play a similar sort of shot to Jamie, but his does need to be millimetre perfect to just get a little trail around the corner, 2 or 3.
And he
I
has
think
played
he's a
that
bit-
tighter line.
Well,
It's a tight line,
it's
but
very tight though.
Oh, wow.
is it too tight?
Oh.
Is it too quick?
Oopsie daisy.
Oopsie daisy. Indeed.
Now, this is interesting. Does he have shot or is he 2 down?
Well, that could be an absolute windfall there for Jamie Smith if he's managed to,
It's out with the tape.
well,
I don't think there was much problem with his line. It was just his weight.
yeah, that was always going to be
Yeah.
the risk.
So they are measuring for shot. So not much has gone Jamie Smith's way in this game. Not that the luck's been shared. There hasn't been much in relation to it. But this could be, well, they say luck's a fortune. This could be something that could... But
Based
no,
on what we're seeing there, I think it's going to be...
it's still 1. Still 1 to Gary Chalker. And he breathes a sigh of relief. Gary Charker.
So 20 shots now, Gary Charker, 14 shots, Jamie Smith. Charker probably getting out of jail a little bit there after
you're
a lapse in concentration, a rush of blood, squeezed the jack all the way to the back of the rink, giving Jamie Smith a hope of a really, really fortunate 2 there.
Yeah, what a game we've got here. Now, this was 18-2. Gary Charker was in front. That's correct, Nick? 18-2,
Correct,
the stats
18-2.
man. And it's now 2014. It was 1914. And Gary Charker is almost gifted Jamie Smith 2 shots within an inch of gifting him 2 shots, and it would have been 1916. But we are at 2014. Gary has the mat.
And once again, we can see that Gary's switched it up to a longer length, which we've had Smith playing short lengths when he's had the
Yeah,
mat.
he'll be going in for the kill here, Gary Charker. I'd suggest that he's going to really want to pile the pressure on. 2 more ends will be what will be his thinking, that he wants to get this finished quickly.
That's not an early call, is it there, Nick?
No, that's going to be Gary
Going early
Charker's
crow.
thinking. That's Gary Charker's thinking.
He's going early crow.
No, good. I'm just making sure that I don't make a call like that again.
No. Look, I'm renowned for it. So I actually tend to agree with you. I think he'll be that those levels of concentration would have just gone up, and he will be trying to end this game as quickly as possible.
And
Nothing.
he started well too.
He has.
Nothing like a bit of adrenaline to make you hone in again after accidentally,
Well, exactly.
or nearly
yes.
gifting. Nearly gifting.
The
A,
heart rate would have gone through the roof there. I hope his blood pressure tablets have been taken this morning.
Just reminded me, I've got to take mine.
Oh, Smith.
Jamie
Has
Smith, he's grabbed the jack, but he's not gone with it. Gary Charker holds on for shot.
Just holds on, I believe.
But yeah, I think that this has to be the killer mindset. If you're Gary Charker, I'm going to play 2 more ends. I'm going to pick up a 2 here and a 3 going the other way, or 3 here and a 2 going the other way, and get this game over with, because I'm sick to death of Jamie Smith nipping at my heels as he's done and come back.
Agreed.
Even in the run of 10 ends where Gary Charker was collecting scores,
Yep.
Jamie Smith was cutting down
He was.
consistently.
He
for 10
was.
ends.
Just chipping away at every multi.
He was. There's
Well, that bowl's gone and plopped into the ditch, and I don't mind that from Charker. It's a positive draw. He gives himself a chance. He swallows that jack. If he bellies the jack and that goes into the pit, then there's a guaranteed 1 for you, and he can really make some work at getting a 2. Jamie Smith, he's been forced to go and play the wider hand here on the velodrome side.
and he's spinning.
Well, this end isn't ripping down quite as hard as it is in the middle of the green, though. There is a little protection.
There is. Just where those shadows that come across.
And now with 2 seconds, Gary Charker, it's going to be very important for him to get another one close here, because otherwise Jamie Smith might be looking
Charker
to
looks to
remove
be-
bowls or move jacks into the ditch.
Charker looks to be sending down a backhand.
So down he comes on his backhand. The only option he really had. He didn't want to turn any of Jamie's bowls into the head. Now he gets onto his own, which he's going to just give it a nudge.
Well, he's locked up. He's definitely locked up one. He's taken any guesswork out of that.
And also got best back now.
Yep.
There's going to be a bowl right at the bottom of the screen.
There it is again, right there.
At the very limit of our camera's range. But what that's done is it's taken away the drive there. Jamie can't really get to that edge factor of Gary Charker.
He's just trying to tuck it around the corner. And I'll tell you what, he's given this every chance.
He's played a 4.
Just going to be a bit quick.
It's a bit quick. Does it stop up short? It does just.
Yeah, so Jamie's got one at the back now too, but still the angles to get to the shot bowl of Charker make it really challenging.
It does.
Important for Gary not to give him a shelf here. No targets, nothing to get
I think
off.
Gary's a bit short and a bit narrow, to be honest.
Well, it's not going to give him a shelf then.
Exactly.
I think he's actually nearly...
Right, so this here is an opportunity for Jamie Smith. He can play his forehand. If he can get a piece of the jack just over the draw, he can turn this into 3. He can use the bowl if he's a bit tight. He can get a smudge off the shot bowl, get a nice skunk off it, drag the jack for 2. But if he can get the jack across the line to the left-hand side and go with it, he can end up with 3 shots, all of a sudden 2017. Now, he's having a bit of a look at it.
Well, and the reason he's having a look at it is that there's a Hollywood shot here as well.
Oh, I can see
both of Gary Charker's bowls going. He has set up a little shelf there. If Jamie goes very quick at the top left bowl, he can get the top left out and then get the other one of Charker's out.
Well, let's hope that he...
without breaking the screen, as I almost did.
Let's hope common sense prevails and he errs on the side of caution and plays the most percentage one, which is on his forehand.
As I say, yeah, that's the Hollywood shot.
Yeah.
But I think...
Well, obviously he's in 2 minds, mate, because otherwise he wouldn't have been looking at it. So he probably contemplated it. Let's have a look and see what he does. So he is 1 down at 2014. No, he's playing his forehand.
He's setting up for the 4. He's got a bit of speed on it.
So down he comes. Now,
some speed on it.
He's got speed, but he's got tighter line. And he's just going to sail past.
He's going to miss it.
So he drops to 1. Now, Gary Charker has hit the springboard. 21-14. And the springboard, ladies and gentlemen, 157 viewers, is that he can go out in one end. First to 25, the winner of this game proceeds to tomorrow's semi-final, where 3 of the semi-finalists have already been decided. Flynn O'Shaughnessy, James Reynolds and Mac McLean have all progressed out of their sections today to be semi-finalists in the 2024 Greenline Invitational Singles here at Queanbeyan Bowls Club. And this game here is still...
It's still poised. We haven't seen even really an opportunity for a 4-shot score.
No, we haven't, no.
And Jamie Smith's skill at cutting down has been exemplary throughout. Gary Charker has had probably the run of the game, but now we're looking at a scoreline that's much more reflective of the quality that we've seen. And if Jamie Smith can grab the mat again, go on another little run, we see when he goes on his runs of scores that he can score bulk numbers in short time. And that's what I was saying on the last end, that Gary Charker's plan has to be, I want to go out in 2 ends.
Yep. Has he got another run left in him, Nick?
Well...
Has he got 1 more? Probably 1.5 more. Well, he's off to not a bad start, so he'll hold shot with that bowl. So Gary Charker, once again, as we said, is on the springboard, which means he can go out in an end. Just got to get a piece of his own bowl, which he has made that shot.
That's very good.
And has probably forced Jamie Smith onto his forehand, being the left-hander, the wider side of the green.
Yeah, just chipped it in there, and we've seen the...
See the 4 and the winds. It's definitely dropped a bit.
Yeah, it's still spinning.
Wow.
That's incredible. Yes. So Gary's back over to the forehand, which is a wise decision for him. Get inside the wide bowl of Jamie's. That will count. Down he comes. How's his weight? I think he's pretty good. That's a great bowl. That's a good shot.
He's locked in
Two great bowls, Gary
locked in
Charker.
Well, decision time for Jamie Smith here. He might attack this. Very hard to get shot.
No, he's played tighter.
He's trusting the 4.
How's he looking?
He got enough.
He's coming home. Just going to be a tad quick. Probably not a
Too
problem
much
with his
weight.
weight.
So now he's got a decision of does he attack and try and push it out the back?
Well, Chucky's just going to put the pressure on here. He's going to add.
I'll tell you what,
Add
if
a
he
third.
gets onto that front bowl, he's probably just going to be under it.
Lock it up.
Ooh. I was going to say he could have turned that front bowl into the jack and made a 4. Okay. What does he do? So what we're having a look at here, as you can see on our other camera, the 2 dark bowls are the 2 shots.
The challenge that he's got there, Jamie Smith, is that there's no result when he plays with weight to get shot.
There isn't.
There's also no real way to get shot playing draw weight.
I think the kill's the only thing he's got on, mate.
So, I tend to agree. He's just got to consign himself that he's not going to be getting a shot this end. Play for the kill, and if he's good enough, but it's almost impossible to cut that down from 2.
It is.
The only risk is getting rid of your own bowl. So, play it sensibly. But we're talking about seeing that yellow jack go spitting out of bounds here.
Up the line as quick as you can, my friend.
So where he's played it. And
Missed. Got 1.
He's
Well,
got one.
got
Damage
one out.
control.
So it'll make it 22-14.
And it's confirmed by McAllister that it's the one.
So here's our marker Paul there, very good. But I think that was the right decision from Jamie.
Yep. He was only a bowl wide, mate. Like, he probably gets the desired result if he was a bowl tighter.
Yeah, and look, to get 1 out is second best.
Yep.
That's second prize there. But what
Agreed.
it does do is it gives Gary Charker another opportunity, another shot, another chance to check out here. 3 shots to Charker is all that he requires to progress to the semi-finals for the 3rd consecutive year here at the Greenline Invitational Singles at Queanbeyan
3
Bowls Club.
semi-finalist and what defending champion.
A defending champion, was runner-up in the first edition.
Wow.
And as I say, he's a very well-regarded and well-credentialed singles player. And we're seeing why here in this game, Tony Scott.
Yes, we are, mate. He's the Steve Glasson lookalike from a distance. He has the same walk, the same head wobble, the same hat.
I'm not sure who should be more embarrassed, whether Glass or
If you're watching Glass,
Chucky.
Steve, you're going to laugh at it. Okay, so good start by Gary. Chaka chaka.
Might be the wrong time of day to be asking Steve Glasson any questions if he's been at Mount Lewis Bowling Club for any amount of time.
Having a couple of ales and a sneaky Winnie Blue. Okay, not a bad bowl there by Jamie Smith.
They put on great hospitality. I played the BPL Cup State Final there last year and
Mount Lewis?
ran into some very handy players. Nathan Dawson from up your way.
Old Dorso, who was my first ever recruit at Raymond Terrace when we went in the Premier League when I was a bowls coordinator.
Yeah.
And good man, Dorso.
He was very good. Ran into played against him. There was a crew from Yamba, some mates of mine from Yamba who I played against. It was a great show, the BPL Cup.
Not Jason Pinnock.
And Glenn Dixon.
I know Jason very well.
Yes,
He's a good man, Jace.
Jason Pinnock, Glenn Dixon. Glenn's moved on to Club North Haven only recently. And
as a bowls coordinator?
As bowls coordinator, yeah. He'll do a great job there.
That's where Glowy is.
As we see Charker, though, he's starting to take control once again.
Yep.
3 ends in a row. And he's moved from 20 to 22, or from 19 to 22.
19 to 22, correct. And this one's just undercut it there, Jamie.
Well, he can get a little rub off that.
Yeah.
And
He's probably
maybe
got 2 seconds.
hang out for second shot.
He's close to 2 seconds.
And
what does Gary do?
Well, that's going to be part of the decision making here for Jamie Smith. Is how many seconds does he have?
From my angle, I'm pretty certain he's got 2.
Yeah, I think so too, mate. Well, He hasn't got 2 anymore. So that's a good bowl by Gary Charker. He's holding 2 now. And if nothing happens with this bowl, Gary can draw to have 3, and then Jamie Smith may have 1 bowl
Jamie's looking to knock them out.
to save the game. Well, that's now not going to happen. He's got rid of 1, so Gary can draw for 2, and he'll still be 1 off 25 if he counts. So, on his backhand, Gary Charker.
Does he have the weight on it?
Oh, I wouldn't be worried about that.
I think he's just a bit tight, even for a edge factor. But he does hold 1, but...
He's only got 1 second now. I favour Jamie's got second and third.
I do
so
too now.
So I think Jamie might be going
Does he take
big
a risk,
again.
Nick? Does he take a risk? Does he go the shot bowl?
Well,
Go the shot bowl.
it's pretty low risk if you ask me.
It's not. Yeah.
The crowd says the shot bowl.
Go the shot bowl. The girls have spoken. We're going the shot bowl, Jamie Smith. Take the advice of the ladies behind the inch of glass. Go the shot bowl. You have 2 seconds. We're with you, son.
Melda Fowler is disagreeing with us, but of course she's particularly a one-eyed Charker fan. So.
A one-eyed pie. You're right there, buddy.
It's all fun and games. Now, what's he going to do? Jamie Smith.
Controlled
Going the
weight.
bowl.
Controlled weight.
A bit narrow.
Bit too,
Got his own.
Knocked his own.
One down.
Bit too controlled, if you ask me.
I think so. I agree with you, Nick. A bit too controlled. Should have been City of the Bush. Go for it. So that is 1, I believe, to Gary.
Charker's inching his way towards that 25.
He is. So we are now 23-14, ladies and gentlemen. Boys and girls, viewers from all over the world, wherever you're watching, 176 of you are enthralled with this game between the defending champion, Gary Charker, up against Jamie Smith. Now, remember, Gary Charker did have an 18-2 lead. Jamie pegged it back to 19-14, but Gary's got out of trouble with some big shots in the last couple of ends. It is now 23-14. He's 2 away for progressing to the semi-finals for the 3rd year in a row.
Yeah, Gary Charker has once again shown his true class in the singles format, and if he can secure these last 2 shots here, it'll be an incredible run in this event. We'll wait and see, and do check the Bowls ACT Facebook pages later on this evening. I do promise that we'll have tomorrow's schedule online before you go to bed. So I'll have that up for you tonight. But do check it out, because the winner of this game will be going around again tomorrow. The finalists including already James Reynolds, world champion, Mac McLean, ACT star, and Flynn O'Shaughnessy,
Great starter.
I'm liking that line from
halfway
Smith.
Good bowl.
Jackaroo. So
How old's Flynn, mate?
mid-20s.
Mid-twenties?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So he's
Looks like a baby.
oh look, he only baby face, but he could be the face of the sport like Barry Lester was 20 years ago. You know, he's but you know, he's a young, fit, you know, attractive guy who is also happens to be just an elite sportsman, but an elite bowler.
One of those kids you go to school with that don't need to train or do anything, but they get picked in every team. They just have to turn up. I used to hate those kids.
You sound a little bitter there.
Yeah, there was plenty of them. Anyway.
I discovered to my real, I was vaguely aware of it, but I got roped into a charity cricket game earlier this year. And having played cricket at a pretty high standard for many, many seasons, I was absolutely beside myself when I discovered how terrible I am now. Because, you know, when you train, 3-4 times a week for 20 years, you can get reasonably handy at something.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I haven't played cricket for 5 years, and all of a sudden all that skill has evaporated.
I know how you feel. It's like me with bowls. Okay, so we have here, it's up and down for shot. Not 100% sure who's got it.
We switch to the 45.
We'll have a look.
Yeah, I'm liking
rolling.
Charker on the camera, but I'm liking Smith out the window. So Paul has said he's not sure.
Chucky's line doesn't seem to be doing what he wants there. Oh, it's rolled in.
So, yeah, not 100% sure with that one. We'll have a look here. 6 of one, half a dozen the other, as they say. Anyway, Jamie Smith comes down. He's going to try and change it regardless.
Well, he bumps that shot bowl through of
I like the
Charkers.
He
line.
has.
I like
And
the
a
line.
piece of the kitty. Great shot.
Two.
Great shot. Holds 2. 1 bowl to come from Gary Charker. 1 bowl to come from Jamie Smith.
Pretty tough for Gary to get to the jack now. I can see the best result he's going to have, I think, given how tight his bowls play and the hand he's going to have to play, is just sitting the shot bowl of Jamie Smith that's sitting at 9 o'clock there to the jack.
Well, that's the only shot he's got on, isn't it, really? So
But Jamie
that's just the
holding
dead
two.
draw.
Yeah, so just draw it.
Just draw it.
Well, knowing Gary, he does like to play a foot over and sit the bowl through. That's really his go. So we'll see what sort of weight he plays here. Jamie Smith watching on intently because this is a very important end.
Down he comes. How's he
But
looking?
He doesn't know if he likes it. Look at his face.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if he's going to get back. Oh, he's coming now.
It's starting. I think
Oh, he's
it's
going to be a
still
bit
what he
wide. So it's still 2, I think. I think it's still 2.
Well, really importantly, what Jamie Smith did there was that he prevented Charker from having a chance of securing a 2 and holding game. At worst, Jamie was going to be 1 down, but there was still going to be 1 more into play that wasn't all over.
Yeah, you're right.
Now,
it was a great result.
now
it was a great result.
Jamie's got a
Good
chance
bowl.
to draw a third. He can push that green and purple bowl of Charker out.
So let's have a look. So he stays on his backhand, being the left-hander, sits the bowl of Gary Charker. He makes 3, gets inside it. It's a measure for 3. Is he going to turn enough? I don't think he will.
He's not doing what he wanted.
Found the hole.
But the positive is he does have the shot. So does he have 1 or does he have 2?
McAllister's
That's
called
2. So we are at 23-16 in this round 3 sectional match where the winner will progress to tomorrow's semi-final. As we've already confirmed, 3 of the semi-finalists, 3 of the 4 have already been decided, with James Reynolds from Cabramatta progressing, Flynn O'Shaughnessy progressing, and Mac McLean progressing. 2 locals. We know James plies his trade with the bull ants in this day and age and does it with a plume. It's a good year.
Well, we were a little bit lucky to have him. He played in a very handy triple side last weekend with Carl Healy, if you don't mind. But they got knocked off by Ben Twist. When had he got through to the final, which was this morning, we wouldn't have had James Reynolds in our field.
Okay.
So, but there might be a few players wishing that James had got through in Sydney. It would have improved their chances no end, I'm sure, if you got drawn in his section.
Can play.
But no, look, I mean, James has been a legend of the region for a long time, has played representative bowls for the ACT, has won ACT championships, is still a member of Canberra Bowling Club and played pennant there this year. So we were thrilled to be able to have him as part of our field and look forward to bringing you his game tomorrow.
Yeah, he's been quite the player over many years and still teaching a few a lesson. So we're at 23-16. Last year's champion, Gary Chaka, as they call him. Chaka. I just like saying it. 23-16 lead in the game that will decide the 4th semi-finalist for tomorrow's Greenline Invitational singles. And not a bad starter. We've been lucky enough that Nick Iron for bowls ACT and Huxley Wallace, the sexiest name in bowls, from Greenline, has been here all day. The 2 boys have been here all day.
Yeah.
So, see, even get some applause from the grandstand. So it's been a pleasure to have the 2 gentlemen here with their thoughts and their commentary, and Nick knowing a fair bit of what goes on around this area with the bowlers and his knowledge of bowls in the area. It's been pretty damn good.
No, I trust you've enjoyed the stream wherever you're watching around Australia and around the world. This is the exciting conclusion here. As we bring you the pictures, we've seen the clouds have come across and we're getting towards almost dusk here. But I favour we won't need to get the cars parked around the green and the headlights on. We should be okay.
Jamie's chasing the ball down.
He's playing that tight side, so he should hold up for a bit.
He likes his line, but he wants
Yep.
it to stop. I
And
think
it's stopped
has.
enough. That's one.
Jeez, they must have good ears, those bowls. Mine don't listen to me very often. But
Neither do mine.
one shot it is Paul McAllister has indicated. Now, we'll see what sort of shot Chucky wants to play here.
He's playing his forehand. So any touch of the jack's going to hold game for him. Here's one down.
Is he maybe aiming for the edge of... He's knocking Jamie's out? No, he's knocked it.
Quite. Now, Jamie can sit that back blue one. Just a roll or two out of it. Stay for 3.
Make 3, yeah.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, there's going to be some real pressure on Gary Charker.
Yeah.
Because this game gets... imagine Jamie Smith gets to 20, 21 shots again, and then he can check out. Val Fabbo will be very happy with me saying the check-out zone, but he'll be on the springboard.
Check out. Well, I can see the popularity of this game is climbing because the viewer numbers have gone up as it's got closer and closer. I think more people have become intrigued, and I can understand why, because it has become, at 18-2 to 23-16, it's been quality in very trying conditions.
So Jamie Smith, exactly as you suggested there, he's looking to reach down, get to the back bowl of Charker, or get a little touch on the jack. He might just be a little bit underweight.
Yeah, he doesn't have the weight on it to make it all the way through.
And it's slid away. It won't count either. So a bit of a waste. Gary Charker, a chance to secure the section here. If you can move that jack, it'll create 2 shots and which will make him through to tomorrow's semi-finals.
He's underdone.
It's been undercooked.
He is, so that is 1.
The fans don't sound too happy about that roll from Charker there.
As you can see, we're joined by a very boisterous crowd here in the clubhouse. So that is 1 to Jamie. Does our marker indicate 1? So 23-17.
So very deliberate there from Jamie just between ends. So 23-17. He's not thinking that he's out of this yet because he was looking the whole way down the rink at where the 21-metre marker was. So he knew he wanted to throw this really short, but I don't know that he's given himself quite enough grace. I think that's going to be short.
No. They're having a look. Oh, look, I think you're probably... Yep. Okay, so he's indicated that it is short.
Told you, I haven't been wrong yet today.
No, good call, Mick. Good call, buddy.
But look, these are the risks that you need to take at some stages throughout the game. We saw in the first game that Harvey McAllister took a bit of a risk, ran the jack into the ditch, and that may have been very costly. Jamie Smith just coming up a little bit short there. Charker's not gone massively longer, but certainly stretched his legs a little bit. Mm-hmm. But this changes the strategy now for Jamie Smith because he had a plan in mind, and now he's got to compose himself, reconsider, and say, what are you trying to do to me here, Gary Charker? What are you playing this length for?
Exactly. So away we go. Jamie Smith on his forehand. The ditch side of the green, the wide side of the green, the clubhouse side of the green is getting us underway. 17-23.
With the breeze blowing a bit westerly, I think he's got a chance to...
Played it well.
Yeah, not a bad start. Not a bad start at all.
Good rangefinder. When you've done that with the jack and given away the roll, you don't have the same feel for the first bowl as you might have done had you rolled the jack yourself. So for him to get one, maybe 2.5, 3 feet behind, it's a good start.
I don't.
Probably a little bit short.
I think you're right. I think that wasn't still with Smith.
So he's swapped over Jamie. That doesn't look like a too bad a line for his bowls on that side of the green. Remember, they're not turning as much on there.
It's not turning for him.
It's come home a little bit. It's got that straightener.
You could see at the top of your picture there, Jamie Smith was indicating with his hand, it's just going straight, it's just going straight. And It's one of the challenges on synthetic surfaces in the wind, particularly. They tend to
because they're such a quick pace screen. There's
really
one
knock it
wide,
around.
one narrow. Now he gets onto his own. He'll turn that in
Charker
for one.
nudges it in.
So I'm assuming that is the shot.
Don't know if it's gone far enough to be 2 shots and holding game and section.
There's a bit of emotion on Jamie's face now. He knows how close he is to.
Well, another grimace there, though, as I'm looking at him. He's not sure
he's
that
coming,
it's going to
just
get
his
back.
Not quite. Not quite, no, definitely not. So our marker's just having a look. He's
To
indicated.
Charker.
1 to Gary, staying on the same side of the green. So he is drawing to hold game, to hold section, and to become a 3-time semi-finalist. And how does he look, boys? He doesn't look too bad at all. I think he has. That is 2. He is now holding game. Jamie Smith walks up, has a look at the situation he's in. Well, the situation you're in now, buddy, is you need to draw the shot, or second shot at worst.
Really, really tough. Hard with how much that hand is turning on the left-hand side of the screen. Jamie's preferred backhand that he's been playing this way. And then the forehand, it's all Charker coming up. So any result is going to be really challenging there because he's going to need to play something pretty special here.
Okay, it's City of the Bush now. Here we go. Jamie, 2 down.
He wants to. He was about to go have another look.
He
at it.
was. He's having a look. He's having a think.
Having a look at the flag.
No pressure.
Well,
On his backhand, Jamie Smith. Down he comes. He's played a tighter line. That there is no doubt. How is his weight? I'll tell you what, I don't reckon he's too bad.
well, Gary Charker.
I reckon he's very close.
very good.
He is very close. What a bowl. That is a great shot.
He might have just knocked it. He might have just cancelled our early mark, I think.
It's a toucher. Gary has 1 to come.
Well, Gary Charker had his hand out to shake hands before Jamie put that bowl down. Then he put his hand out after the bowl was played to slap hands with him with a high five there because that was
So do we
really
believe
classy.
It is 1 to Jamie.
Oh, very hard to tell from here.
It's a tough angle. Jump on the 45. Does it get
Let's
anything
have a
better?
look. Let's have a look on the 45.
Well,
It's
Doesn't give
still
us
hard
much,
to
does
tell.
it? Yeah.
the shot Charker plays might tell us something here because he needs to make a 2 if he's going to secure
I
a
see how
section win.
view count keeps climbing on YouTube live here.
It is.
It's a grandstand finish, this one.
It is. Now, he's...
I mean, he's gone back to get the mat very quickly there, so I think he's given up on it.
Oh, I wouldn't be. Oh, no. What has happened?
Did he just gift that to Smith?
I don't know. I reckon he might have 2.
What's
Well-
Judge McAllister's looking?
He's got the maximum result anyway. Like, it's... That is incredible.
It's a measure.
They are measuring for shot. This is amazing. So, we're having a look.
And they're shaking hands.
He made it. That was 2.
2
That was
shots.
incredible.
Well done.
What a bowl by Gary Charker. He has won 25 to 17, but well done to Jamie Smith. 18-2 down to claw your way back into that game. But Gary Charker progresses to the semi-final. The defending champion, 3-time semi-finalist, will progress tomorrow with Flynn O'Shaughnessy, James Reynolds and Mac McLean. We will be here tomorrow bringing you these games. Nick, are you here tomorrow?
No, I'm going to be off tomorrow. I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Ruth Moore, who's going to be joining you in commentary.
So, Huxley, you're not here tomorrow either?
I'm not here tomorrow.
Boys are having a Sunday off.
Oh, it's Father's Day and all that. So
Oh, it is. Yep, it is. Fair enough. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what a day of bowls. And it culminated in a fantastic game to decide the 4th semi-finalist. our Gary Chucky Chakar has been victorious in defeating Jamie Smith 25-17 to win the section to progress to the semi-finals tomorrow. That's all we have from Queanbeyan Bowls Club for today. Happy Father's Day to all the dads tomorrow, particularly these two on my right and left-hand side that have giving their commentary game away so they can enjoy time with their families or their prior engagements. Thanks for everything. It's been awesome having you guys here with the commentary. I wish you were back tomorrow, but unfortunately you're not. But you can help me bring the cameras in, so that's not a bad way to finish the end of the day.
Thanks, Tony.
Sounds ideal.
Thank you very much, everyone. Great day of bowls, and we'll talk to you all tomorrow.
Thank you.